Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pedro's Timezone Showdown, North America versus Europe. I am Delthius. How's it going, everybody? Joining me on the desk today, we've got Shadow and Strawberry. What's going on, guys?
What is up? What is up?
We got...
Absolutely excited to cast some Tooth and Tail today. It's been a while for me, so you guys will kind of have to ease me back into it, but I can't think of a better tournament than a Timezone Showdown.
Yeah, and if we got some newer viewers in the scene, man, talk a little bit about who you are, Strawberry. The stuff you were really involved with the scene a lot in the early days, right?
Right, I've been doing tournaments back since about a year into Alpha, and then from there it was me and it was the Clash of Comrades guys. And while they were always doing the bigger, more official tournaments, I was doing the smaller, less serious tournaments. So I'm not necessarily the humor guy, but I'm definitely keep it light, keep it casual, and keep it fun.
Right on. Shadow, are you there, man? I think he's having some tech difficulties.
Yep, Discord doing Discord things. That's just kind of how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, man, no worries, though. I think we're still waiting a little bit for the lineups to come in. So this is kind of an interesting tournament, guys. The way it's going to work is essentially...
There we go.
Hey, there's Shadow. What's up, man?
He's here.
That was weird. Anyway.
What's going on, man? Glad to have you back. So we got a little bit of time to kill. Shadow, now... We got a little bit of a wrench thrown into the gears for our players, man. We just had a balance patch happen last night. Do you want to?
We did indeed.
You want to help me talk a little bit about the changes, Shadow?
Sure. Let me pull up the change log. And let's see. There we go. Patch notes. All right. So, yeah, the big changes are definitely to Lizard and Toad primarily is what we're expecting to see. Lizards have gone back to their 2 range 8 hit points that they had before last patch, but they have had Swift reduced to 1.75 speed instead of 2 speed. Meanwhile, Toads have gone from 9 HP, 6 damage, 3 AoE with building crit to 8 HP, 12 damage with 3 AoE and no crit. So,
I mean, I think the Swift change is going to be pretty significant, man. I'm interested to see how that affects a lot of units. You know, Lizard, Fox. I was playing a little bit on the ladder earlier with Fox, and it didn't seem as bad as I thought it would be. So we'll see.
Yeah, that was kind of the design goal with Jet, because I'm part of their balance channel. I wasn't really able to weigh in too much because I had other obligations, but the design goal with the Swift nerf was basically to make it so the diamond range, which made lizard pathing really awkward, make that unnecessary and change the feel of lizards as little as possible while still making lizards somewhat weaker in that lizard ball scenario that we were having issues with several patches ago.
Right.
And it's funny because this is also a Fox nerf, and I've got to say, like, over the years, I feel like Fox is probably the second most continually buffed and nerfed unit of all time. Can you guess what the first is?
Yeah, moles definitely are the ones that have been having the most issue, and Andy is planning on reworking them.
Now, moles did get a little bit of an HP reduction, didn't they?
They did. They lost 3 HP. So I think that's fair because the way molds were being used was in the squirrel mole push route, like early mid game, and that was very difficult to defeat. So having a slight HP reduction from the main tank of that army is more than fair, I believe.
Right.
But it's not going to change how moles are played too much. It's just going to make them slightly less tanky.
Okay, they're saying game music's a little loud. I appreciate that. Let me know if that is better. Let me hop back in.
So, yeah, returning to the lizards and toads, we talked a bit about lizard. Toad is going to be the interesting one to watch. I've seen people in the community say that the extra single target damage is really nice and will make Toads usable. I've seen other people complain that Toads are not meant to be single target damage dealers and should have more AoE and less single target. What are your thoughts, Del?
Well, the Toad change, I ran into a little bit on the ladder. I don't know. It's a little hard to say. Like, the HP reduction is a pretty big thing, you know? The Toads don't get up to, you know, they don't explode on death, right? Like, they have to actually initiate the explosion, so...
Right.
I mean, that's always real tricky, man, because if the Toads can't quite get up to the front line in time, then they're totally useless, so... we'll have to see. I mean, I saw...
Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say, I mean, I saw people running Toads on the ladder, and it was doing fairly well. I ran into a composition that was like Squirrel Toad Chameleon that did pretty good, so...
Yeah.
Now, I've got the lineups, guys, for the first round, so, okay, if you're not familiar, this tournament's a little bit interesting here. Basically, how it's going to work is there are teams for North America and Europe. They elect, out of those grand total of teams, they elect for each round 3 players. So for the first round, North America has elected Darius Hart, the Red Dinosaur, and Doggo, and Europe has Blitz Rider, Arbuzz, and Classic Metal. I'm not so sure if that's the way they're going to come out, per se. I don't know if that locks them into the play order. But then from there, it's going to be best of one, kind of King of the Hill style, right? So if Darius wins the first round, he stays, and Blitz Rider's knocked out for the round, and last man standing for the team takes the round itself. So trying to get a couple things set up, guys, to get this tournament underway. Just bear with us for a moment, and we should be getting started here shortly.
Yeah.
Do you know who Kirby is? Are you?
I'll be honest, I haven't been following the community too strongly because, like I said, I had real life obligations that I was focused on. I have seen the name a couple times.
Okay, he's actually Blitz Rider, just using a different Steam name at the moment. So.
Okay.
We've got Blitz
He's
Rider
smurfing,
in here.
guys.
Yeah, trying to hide them leech strategies, man. I've been watching.
What a nerd.
I'm really excited, man, because the balance change just happened. So I imagine our players have been scrambling all morning. You know, running skirmishes.
Yeah, nobody
really
is sure what's the meta strategy. Even though Obs thinks that artillery cheese is the meta strategy, and we will see if that's true.
Okay, they're saying I need to come up a little bit. That's no problem. Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. We did sound check, you know, but OBS always lies, so.
Yeah.
Turned up. Yeah, keep letting us know, man. I did turn the music down, so if the music's not loud enough anymore, let me know as well. But
yeah,
I'm kind of interested in the pigeon change, man, because
the pigeon change is the other really big one that I don't think anybody saw coming, really. And you changed pigeons from, for those who don't know, pigeons used to be 2 health healed per second with 1 range. Now they're 1 health healed per second with 4 range. So they theoretically will be staying much further back in the army, and staying behind the combat line, but they're not going to heal quite as much as they were before.
Right.
Now, this change was implemented in part because of the issues that Badger Pigeon builds were having in the previous patch, in that they were extremely difficult to stop.
Oh, yeah.
But Andy did say during his balance stream when he implemented most of this that he had been looking at changing pigeons for a while because they didn't feel very good to use. So it'll be very interesting to see if this change is what is needed to make all of this work better, or if this ends up being just the first step of many to making pigeons work.
Right. Yeah, I'm interested to see. I mean, Badger Pigeons is definitely a hell of a combo. So I think we're almost ready to get started, guys. I think we're just waiting on Darius to join. Is that where we're at? I'm not so sure, like I said, if those lineups are just who's actually, you know, if that's going to be the play order, or if that's just all 3 players. But it is Darius, Red Dino, Doggo for NA for round 1, and Blitz Rider, Arbus, Classic Metal for EU round 1. So I think at this point we're just waiting for Darius to join up, and we will get started. So bear with us, guys.
By the way, just for my own thing, where are you seeing the lineup in Discord or whatever?
Oh, Pedro just messaged it to me.
Was that?
Yeah.
Oh, it got PM'd to you?
Yeah. We need to get it posted somewhere better. Oh yeah, thanks for the
that would
bit
explain
cheer.
why I wasn't seeing it.
Right. Thanks for the bit cheer, Pez. I appreciate it, man. Say go in A. And
Yep. I imagine we're gonna be seeing a lot of that kind of stuff over the thing. Up and there's Darius.
all right, so I think we're gonna get started here shortly, guys. So whoever wins this is gonna sit on the throne and wait for the next victim, and the loser's out for the round. And then so it's gonna be 3 rounds essentially. It actually should be a relatively quick tournament, so we were thinking about keeping it going, man. You know, obviously if other people have to leave, that's fine. But we were talking about just having fun after the tournament if people are around and want to hang out, man. And thanks for the host, Thunder Squid Thursday. I always appreciate it.
And who knows? Maybe after this tournament, I might plug in my fight stick and see if I can play on that.
That would be pretty sweet.
You're not ever gonna get to the level that got me into the alpha, because back in the day you kind of had to stunt to get in the alpha. I'm like, I will play this game with a Beatmania IIDX turntable.
Right. Okay, guys, here we go. Game number 1 here is underway in the first round. It's going to be Blitz Rider for Europe versus Darius Hart for North America. Picking up the Fox.
All right. Yeah. Blitz clearly believes that the slight Swift nerf is not nearly as bad as some people say. Beyond that, it's relatively standard ferret push composition from Blitz. Has Squirrel Lizard for early game. He has his ferrets as well as falcons. Darius is only going squirrels so far. Let's see if he spends his 6th pick on another tier 1.
Okay, Valeris in the chat says that is the order they're going to come out in. So good to know that. But all right, guys. Okay, here we go.
In the 3 o'clock position in the yellow trunks, we have Blitz Rider. And in the 9 o'clock in the green trunks, we have Darius Hart.
All right, so what do you think of this map, Strawberry?
All right, well, instantly I'm seeing that Blitz Rider has 2 extremely easily takeable grist mills. He is on the high ground as far as his base is concerned. Doesn't really have anywhere great to hide a Warren, but he does have a couple options. As for Darius Hart, he's got a easy access campfire and a somewhat easy access gristmill, but not really too great of a situation for hiding Warrens either. The main thing I'm curious about is whether anybody's going to go for this northern expansion, because it's up on a hill, it's got some decent hiding potential, but I don't know if either of them are going to push towards it at all, or if they're just going to decide that attacking one another is more important.
Yeah. So that 12 o'clock mill, I think, is a very dangerous early game take. I could see if this game went into its 3rd mill, that Darius would be basically forced to take it because Blitz has his 2 mills right in front of him, which would make it very difficult for Darius to defend everything.
Yeah, overall, though, for a best of 1, I think this is not too bad of a map, right? Like, yeah, Kirby gets or Blitz Rider, I guess, gets the 3rd base, a little bit easier, but Darius at least gets a 2nd, and 9 times out of 10, we're kind of on 2-base play. But certainly, if the game goes longer, Darius is going to have to stretch out and go up top. And Blitz Rider has lizards, so he could possibly take advantage of Darius being so spread out.
Yeah. The other thing is that Darius has a campfire that's very easy to take, whereas Kirby doesn't. So Darius could basically go on to 9 farms, while Kirby has to take a gristmill to do that.
Yeah.
So Darius definitely has the advantage early game, whereas Blitz has a late game advantage.
Another interesting fact, neither player has actually scouted that northern expansion yet. Once they found each other, they don't know it's there. So the first person to find it, if they suspect that the other player might not have scouted it, may elect to just take a cheeky, sneaky expansion up there, and if it doesn't get caught, that's a huge economic boom.
But Darius Hart's trying to move out right now with the skunk push. It looked like Blitz Rider...
Well, he's not going to do it with those 2 MGs up.
Yeah, it looks like
that much.
Blitz Rider kind of sniffed it out in time, made the turrets, so...
Yeah, Darius pulls back and instead opts to expand, and Blitz expands right after, so They're pretty much even on X-Bands. The only difference is Darius is floating a little extra food, whereas Kirby has some of his food dumped into turrets.
Yeah, I'd like to see Blitzrider get rid of those turrets now. They did a great purpose. Yeah, there you go, selling them, you know, kind of forcing that push back. But I'm kind of interested that neither player opted to go for the tier 3. I mean, a higher level play right now is really, you know, kind of centered on oftentimes getting that Fox or Badger out. And both players' spawns weren't terrible, you know, to try to hunker down and go for a one base play. But this is the best of one, and I guess they just want to take it to the mid game, you know. And
yeah, you can't really. You don't want to risk your entire game on cheese when you only have the one game.
Yeah, you know, if the opponent's got something like balloons, then that Fox can get shut down, you know, pretty hard, and you're not going to take value.
I mean, even MGs shut down Fox pretty well when you can put the MGs on the high ground like this.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, if Darius did have a Fox at this point, it'd be a real big pain in the ass to use it. I mean, just the high ground alone is really rough for the Fox, right? So.
Yeah, this is not a very safe Fox map. I don't think so. I think both players made the right decision, just pulling it to the mid game, expanding, instead of trying for the one base all in. And it looks like we're going into a Cold War situation. Both are ecoing up to 5 farms on their expand, and both have a turret, MG turret, and are just building up their army slowly. So Darius is floating a lot of food. I wonder where he's planning on spending it.
Looks like
the answer.
Yeah, just more tier 2 for now. But all right, so Strawberry Man. So back in the day, did you see a lot of build up, you know, big armies like this, or was it more and more scrappy? I mean, I feel like in today's meta, you got a mix of both. But actually, you know what? It looks like Blitzrider is trying to move out and get some damage.
We might be getting an engage.
Yeah,
it depends on what the. Yeah, we'll get back to that in a second. Right now, we do have a bit of a fight going down. We got Falcons on either side. A lot more coming out from Blitzrider. He's actually going up to 6 with plenty of squirrels on the ground.
Okay.
And he's chewing them out.
Wow.
Those MG nests are putting in the work, though, and looks like Blitzrider might have to fall back.
I'm not sure the MGs were doing much. I think they were just hitting the commander. Oh, the commander goes down.
Oh,
no. Down. So that's going to be Blitz's army.
Damn.
Fortunately for him, the ferrets keep shooting.
That was going so well for Blitzrider at the beginning, man. Like, Darius's army, I felt, was probably a little farther down, right? Like, he should have retreated back, let those turrets do a bit more work. But yeah, Blitzrider losing his commander there, man, really helped Darius out in that engagement. But
I mean, you say that, but the problem with Darius letting the MGs do work is Blitz has ferrets. The MGs wouldn't do any work. And you can see that the MG dies for free right there.
I don't think Darius has enough to hold here. I mean, Blitzrider's pushing forward pretty well at this point.
I think the fact that Blitz has so many more Falcons, Darius has had skunks, but between the 3 HP nerf that they got this patch and the much larger number of Falcons that Blitz had, he just couldn't hold with the skunks as a tank, and yeah, he's taking severely crippling damage at this point. The ferrets are just shelling everything in sight. Darius has lost his expand, and Darius taps that out.
All right, so EU's gonna go up 1 match in the first round. So Darius is knocked out of the round. Blitzrider is going to stay, and North America is going to be sending up their next nerd here shortly. Let me see who that is. That should be Red Dinosaur coming in next. So,
okay, Del, Josh is asking to be added to our chat.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Let me hang on to the voice chat.
Even more casters.
Yep. So it seems that one of the tournament organizers, Josh, is being asked to be added to this chat, to the caster chat. So we're gonna have 4 casters.
I don't know if he wants to cast. He might, but the way he said it, I think he just wants to kind of listen in what we're doing.
Yeah, maybe.
Without a delay. But all right, so EU goes up 1. Let me do some scoreboard stuff. It should be Red Dinosaur coming up next. I believe.
Yeah, there's a lot of newer names I'm not as familiar with. Blitzrider at one point was someone I consider to be a newer name, but now he's one of my favorite Tooth and Tail players simply on the merit of how much work he's done for the Tooth and Tail speedrunning. He is the only person with a submitted speedrun of all heroics, meaning he got every achievement in the game in 3 hours, 32 minutes, and 14 seconds.
Interesting.
That's crazy.
And bear in mind, this. I know that in the future we're looking at having a standardized seed for single player, but this is like immediately post-release. The game at this point entirely RNG in the campaign, so it just depends what level you get. And he made it with some of the most ridiculously difficult achievements, managed to get all of them in 3 hours and 32 minutes.
That's
quite
crazy.
the
impressive because it took me probably that long just to get some of the achievements on just one map. So
yeah, I distinctly remember how much everyone hated the Howling Veil. Howling Veil actually got nerfed.
Damn.
it got nerfed multiple times from what I'm aware.
Yes. Apparently, like before it even came out, it was so difficult that experienced players of Tooth and Tail were like, guys, you got to tone this down. Nobody's going to be able to beat this.
Yeah. I guess I must have came in after it was nerfed to be relatively easy because I never had too much trouble with it. My issue was always with like Swine Inscribed.
Yeah, well, there was always the potential you could just get a really easy map and then steamroll. Which was my scenario. I beat Howling Veil on the first try. But going back and trying to speedrun it, it started taking more and more attempts just because if you don't have the perfect map, pre-nerf, it was quite difficult.
Right, so...
Okay, looks like we got Red Dino in here. A little bit of housekeeping on the stream, man. Thank you so much, Blue Cat, for the 100 bits. Thanks for the follow, Daxamar. Change stream game to TnT? Is it not? Oh, wow. What?
Oh, no.
When did that happen?
It's not good.
Boom.
Worst
boom.
streamer 2018.
I know. It should just be default like that. It should be. Let me see. Now I'm paranoid.
Come on, Del, you had one job.
I know.
Keep Tooth and Tail TV focused on Tooth and Tail. You can't even do that. What are you doing?
I hit edit, game category, Tooth and Tail. Why is that not working? Boom. Boom. Done. I know, it's so bad.
Well, they're moving into deck picking, so let's see. Red Dinosaur is going Ferret, Snake, Boar. Now, we didn't get a chance to talk Boar. Oh,
he's got the new pigeons also.
Yeah. So we didn't get a chance to talk Boar during when we were talking the balance patch earlier, but Boar actually got a relatively massive change. So Boar now has a version of Agile, so it can move at 50% speed while shooting. And the Boar Bomb has been changed drastically as well, so that Boar Bomb is basically a toad explosion, but on steroids.
All right, here we go, guys. Hopping into the second match. Take it away, Shadow.
All right. In the 2 o'clock position, in the red trunks, we have the Red Dinosaur. And in the 9 o'clock position, we have in the yellow trunks, Blitz Rider.
All right, having a look at this map, Red Dinosaur does have one easy expand. Actually, he's got two relatively easy expands and a campfire. But the main thing is he's got some sideways high ground to be able to work with, potentially hiding a tier 2 or tier 3 Warren. As for Blitz Rider's area, he doesn't really have many of those luxuries. He does have a easy access campfire, but his closest gristmill expansion is a little far forward, and it's next to some high ground that Red Dinosaur could easily approach from. Yeah. So I would currently say the map probably favors Red Dinosaur.
I agree with that. The interesting thing, I think, though, is that there's this second set of expands in the 9 o'clock. That choke point is the only way that either player can attack each other. Because in the upper area, you see all these houses and such, supposedly. It's completely blocked off. The only way that each player can get to the other is through this 9 o'clock area. Right. So I could very easily see one of them taking a very aggressive mill and trying to contain from there.
Okay, I did get the Tooth and Tail tag updated on the Twitch, so we're good now, guys. Sorry about that. I'm glad somebody pointed that out. I appreciate it.
Now, I had to step away for just a second. I don't know if we've noticed yet, but if you look at the mini map, you can see this little central area high ground, like a number 1. There's actually a way up onto that that's hidden behind some trees. And if Red Dinosaur notices that, or mainly if Red Dinosaur notices that, he can use that high ground. He's got territory on there. That would be a great spot for hiding a Warren.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, in that little corner near his base, there's just enough room for a single Warren. And I cannot see Blitz having any reason to ever scout that.
Yeah, it's definitely a good
also,
point.
he could throw there's plenty of room up there because it's only 1 by 1. He could throw sniper balloons up on the ultra high ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this game, it looks like they were rushing tier 2, but I feel a little bad for Blitzrider here. I mean, not because, North America, right, guys? But he doesn't have an expansion. I mean, he's going to have to come out pretty far on this map to even take a second base. So let's see if Red Dino can stop him from doing that and kind of contain him to one base. Or do you think Blitz is going to get down here to the south and start gaining all that territory?
I mean, like I said before, the only way he can be attacked is through this 9 o'clock area anyway. So it's basically just this map is basically just one long tunnel.
Yeah.
So taking a grist mill that far forward isn't going to be nearly as different on this map as it would be if there was more space for the Red Dinosaur to maneuver around.
Yeah, that is true.
So I don't think it's going to be nearly as severe a limitation unless Red Dinosaur is able to take this high ground in the 9 o'clock before Blitzrider can lock down expand.
Yeah, that would be huge. But let's see. Red just taking his natural, no big deal. And both players just kind of gearing up at this point. No one's really attacking each other just yet. It's the best of one, man, so it's rough, right?
Yeah.
And at the same time, the longer this goes, the more I say it favors Red Dinosaur because Blitzrider is going to find himself falling behind just due to the way the map ended up. And I also, based on where Red Dinosaur just threw down that sniper balloon, I don't think he knows about this high ground. The moral to this story, ladies and gentlemen, please check your mini-maps.
Yeah, right here.
So important.
Yeah. Dead center of the map, there's that pathway up to that high ground, and Red Dinosaur does not know about it. It looks like, we have an engagement. And it looks like both... Blitz is winning, I think. We got some lag, but yeah, Blitz won that pretty handily.
Yeah, those skunks really tore it apart.
That ferret is doing a lot of work.
But there's only one ferret. I honestly would go so far to say I think Blitz might almost already have this in the bag. If he continues pressuring and starts to take out some Warrens, especially if he comes around on the high round, takes out that tier 2 Warren, he could do a lot of work.
Yeah, but that said, Blitz pulled back.
I think it was a smart
off
move.
his skunk Warren, now he's going up to 24 squirrels.
Sorry.
That's so many. That's a busket, if somebody remembers the old joke. There's one busket of squirrels.
Well, both players are about to run out on their starting grist mill, and Red Dinosaur just lost his expand. So that's pretty major. And Blitz is losing this engage, but I'm not sure how much that's going to matter.
Dude.
Because Dinosaur doesn't have an economy anymore.
That was a fantastic hold from Red Dino, and that might put him back in the game, though. I mean, if Red can counter push here and get some damage onto Blitzrider's natural, he could definitely still be in this.
Yeah.
Especially with his snakes. Those snakes kept him in that fight.
Yeah, definitely. The problem is, if Red Dinosaur even gets an equal engagement here, he loses, because he can't rebuild, whereas Blitz at least has 2 farms on his expand.
Yeah, plus the campfire. So Red Dino does need to dominate this engagement. If he can do really well, but Blitzrider has a really basic army here. No tier 2, just a bunch of squirrels.
Yeah.
That is a lot of squirrels though, so we'll have to see.
Yeah. So Red is taking that aggressive grist mill, probably to tank and be for healing. One snake goes down handily. The other one is melting, and I'm worried for Red Dinosaur. Red Dinosaur still has his ferrets, and Blitz doesn't have much else, but I don't see Red rebuilding after that.
Yeah.
Whereas Kirby rebuilding is going to be painful, but he can rebuild.
Yeah, the big story here, you nailed it earlier, Shadow, with Red Dino did great in that engagement. It would have been better if he kept these ferrets alive, but, you know, he's got no economy to back this back up. So, that fight did well for him. The fight before that was good for him, but, you know, he's not going to win the war at this pace. I really wish he would have taken the safer gristmill earlier, perhaps, but he sold some stuff off and trying to get something up now. I don't know if it's too late, though.
Red's starving, so if Blitz is able to even stop him from building a warren or building a farm, then Red loses here. Like, you can see Red has 12 squirrels just out of desperation, whereas Blitz has 3 farms and is almost done a 15th squirrel at minimum. 16 is building. So just objective numbers at this point. Blitz is objectively ahead.
Yeah, the real story was that attack where Blitz came in and knocked out Red's expansion, man. Like, it's just been kind of downhill from there. But this looks like it might be the last stand here for Red Dinosaur as Blitz Rider approaches in with a lot of squirrels. I don't think Micro is going to help. He tries to move his stuff back and get to help have the gristmill help tank for him, but Blitz Rider just has too
he doesn't
much
have an
at
army
this point.
anymore.
Yeah, that's going to be
taps out.
All right, so Europe is up 2 points in the first round, but that's okay. North America, we're just making it dramatic, man. This is where we come back and do our big 3-0 sweep, right?
USA, USA, USA.
So
America.
Congrats to Blitz there. Now it looks like we have Doggo coming up next for North America. Let's see if he can help North America get some points on the board. You guys derp around for a minute. I'll be right back while we wait on the player to come in. I'll go ahead and message him on Discord.
Sure.
All right. Derpity derp derp. I can definitely do that.
Do you want to resume talk about the balance changes?
Yes. So we did just see how pigeons can kind of work in the new balance patch. What do you think about how that went down?
It's hard to say because that was definitely a very weird army to composition on both sides. Like, Red Dino definitely had an army that he wanted to extend the fights, which I can see why you would take pigeons for that, but he only had 3 pigeons. And whereas Blitz only had 24 squirrels, which is a very bizarre build.
Well, it's one of those builds where, honestly, there's a couple different ways you have to know how to play this game. And you have to be very confident going off of just a single base if you end up with a map that forces you to do that.
Right.
Because 5 minutes, like, you could have the worst map in the world. You still have your starting gristmill, and you still have up to 8 farms on that. Even with the worst map in the world, you cannot be any worse than about even until about 5 minutes in the game. So you have to play a certain style of way. And that is how Blitz Rider was playing in this game. He just so happened to get some extra economy behind it because he pushed out.
Yo, I'm back, guys.
And he had the campfire, which definitely I'm sure was critical because that was 300 food of army that Red Dino did not have.
You cannot underestimate those campfires, man. I see it all the time in replays. Like, you know, it looks real back and forth, but that extra food makes such a big difference. Looks like we got Doggo in here, guys. Doggo really needs the win here for North America, man. So get on that hype train, man. Give him your energy here. He's got to cast.
We're going to be seeing pigeons again. Yep, and Blitz is keeping with his original build. Okay, so in the 3 o'clock position, we have our current reigning champ, basically, Blitz Rider. While in the 10 o'clock position, in the green trunks, we have the up-and-coming Doggo.
All right, having a look at this map, it looks very sparse. Not a lot of things to hide behind, but that actually definitely several different routes of approach. So Blitz Rider's looking at 1 free campfire, 1 free expand, and 1 kind of free expand. Doggo has a little further out 2 gristmills that are kind of in his pocket he can take pretty safely, and 1 campfire up to his north that could be easily sniped but is also easily takeable.
Yep.
Blitz Rider's got a little more high ground to work with, and there is 1 northern expansion on some high ground that could be taken by either player, as well as 1 in the south with a extra gristmill, or the extra campfire, excuse me.
Yeah, fairly balanced map overall, but I think the big story here is how short this rush distance is, man. I mean, they're almost, those territories aren't even super far apart at this point, so I'm thinking we're probably going to have an aggressive game here.
Yeah. So, looking at it, we have a slight feint by Blitz Rider. He held off on making his 7th and 8th farm and dropped a Warren, which caused Doggo to sell one of his building farms and drop 2 Warrens. So, looks like Blitz is going to be ahead on economy slightly, where since his 8th farm is coming up before Doggo's. But yeah, I think the main thing with this map that we need to keep in mind, Blitz has high ground, Doggo doesn't.
Yeah, that is pretty huge.
So that's going to make Blitz's defense much easier, especially for his natural, which is directly in the rush path, but is still on the high ground.
Yeah, and Doggo's got the Fox too, right? Like that uphill battle with the Fox is definitely brutal.
Yeah, this is...
Fortunately for Doggo, he does have 2 options as far as flying units are concerned, and I wouldn't be shocked to see him throw up pigeons very shortly.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I can see already he's taking skunks, probably in no small part because they can be tanks, and pigeons are going to help that massively.
Well, this is kind of that shoulder check opening, I like to call it, man, where you build a couple tier 1, get up some skunks, and then you push out. Doggo going up to 4 skunks, which is kind of his own flavor on the build, but this is a powerful opening, man. Basically what Blitz Rider's doing here, you have a nice push coming out. Skunks are great tier 2 against tier 1, and if your opponent's messing around, trying to get a tier 3, trying to expand or something like that, you can really punish them, but since it's fairly mirrored, I'm interested to see how this is going to go. I mean, Doggo skimped out on a little bit of tier 1 here for extra skunks, but I don't know, man. I'm kind of favoring Doggo at this point. He did get that campfire up. Looks like Blitz Rider's got his own, so I'm interested to see if either one of these guys is going to push out or if they're going to kind of deathball like we saw in the other games.
Yeah, I mean, the one concern I have, skunks can't shoot MGs, and Blitz has a defensive MG up.
Yeah.
So the 4 skunks are only going to be there as health, as sacks of meat when it comes to that. Those 2 now MGs.
Yeah, Doggo's not going to push up into there, I don't think, man.
Doggo can't.
Yeah, he's got to just come home and expand or something of that nature, I think.
He needs... Yeah, Blitz took that expand once again behind those 2 MGs like he did game 1, has dropped some tier 1, tier 2. Oh, Doggo's going around the defenses. I could see this flank working. He has nothing defending that side area, and he sold that MG that was originally there. Blitz loses the campfire, and we have a full engage going on.
Oh, they're backing out for now, but Blitz Rider hasn't really invested a whole lot into the second base yet, which I think was maybe what Doggo was hoping for with that attack. Like, oh, you feel safe. You're going to really build up into that second base, but instead Blitz Rider is just kind of getting more and more army for now, so Doggo decides to pull back and take an expansion of his own, not get too far behind in economy. So
the taking down that campfire for basically free is very good for Doggo, but Blitz is still going to be ahead on eco because he has 1 farm on its expand already up and 2 building, whereas Doggo's expand is only just finishing now.
Doggo's been in the scene for a while, hasn't he, Strawberry? I think I remember him from some of the earlier tournaments.
Who, Doggo?
Yeah.
Oh.
Test. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Here.
Okay. Yeah, I actually don't recall Doggo being here that long unless he's changed his name.
I want to say, I remember like a 2v2 tournament where it was like Doggo and Dutch Defender on the same team. That's the only... I don't know why that's stuck in my head, but...
That was around like release time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so the game actually has been out a while, I think, now.
Yeah, let's talk about the game a bit more.
On the way.
Campfire at the 6 o'clock taken by Doggo and just came up, so that's a little more eco for Doggo that Blitz is not aware of. Meanwhile, Blitz, when Doggo was trying to scout his expand, he had 4 MGs up. He sold 2 of them, I believe, but he still has 2 more that are watching that rush distance.
Yeah, Doggo's getting the Fox out, but it's going to be rough with those turrets, man. He doesn't have ferrets or anything like that to really bust through, so, I mean, he can kind of try to run around and get some flank attacks and stuff, but...
2 more MGs coming up.
Yeah, man, Blitzrider's not going to have it. He's trying to buckle in real tight. But, I mean, the one thing Doggo has going for him is, you know, those MGs aren't army, right? So if Blitzrider wants to push out, he's going to have a weaker, you know, overall moving composition. So Doggo should be able to match this greed or take even more greed, you know?
Yeah, I think Blitz has crashed.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
They think Blitz...
Yeah, Blitz is stuck in the corner. Yeah, we
go USA.
Yeah,
I mean,
go Doggo. Oh, let's see.
Wait. Maybe it's work. No, I think we might have a... yeah, I'm pretty sure we have a desync issue right now.
I wonder what happened there.
Oh, dear.
All right, so I guess Pedro and Josh need to figure out what they want to do with this. Most likely, probably replay the game. I
it's definitely going to be a replay.
Yeah, because
if he's crashed, definitely.
They're pretty close at this point. There's no reason not to just do a replay. I would say, you know, if it was like one of the players was about to win or something like that, it might be a little different. But they were pretty even, so I don't think Doggo's aware.
No, I think Doggo's just having fun killing him right now.
He's like, I'm doing it, guys, for North America.
USA, USA, USA.
All right, well, we'll be stuck in this game for no more than a minute here, as Blitzrider is now starving, so.
Yeah, it's going to be less than a minute. Doggo's keeping pushing, and yeah. So, it's going to be over pretty soon. Doggo definitely does not realize in the slightest, because he's still dancing around with everything.
Just being cautious, man. Like, is this a joke? What happened here? But
yeah.
Can I get some USA?
It's entirely fair for Doggo not to realize this is not a normal situation.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he knows something's up by now.
Yeah, usually when you get a proper desync, it'll say game desync, and it'll just crash. But this one is like a weird desync.
Yeah, we're gonna have to submit this to Andy.
Yeah, it's weird. You'd expect the game would have just ended or something. I'm not so sure, man. A little bit of a bug there, but no big deal, guys. We'll just replay the match. I'm sure Josh and Pedro are letting the players know to come back in, so I most likely...
Interesting that they're both still in the lobby, though, so it's not a full crash. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
He thinks it's something to do with his keyboard. I'm not sure.
There's also the possibility that Blitzrider was just paid off by the American team. I love you, Blitzrider.
Ooh, I know what happened. I've had this bug happen before. It's where when you're when you're just not pressing anything, your commander just starts walking a certain direction, and he never stops unless you press that direction again. So it's almost like the input is reversed. So in my case, if I'm pressing the D key to walk right, my commander stops moving. But if I release it, then my commander starts moving to the right again. And if I'm holding any other key, he keeps moving right in addition to whatever that key is.
That's weird. Yeah, I don't know, man. I've always played with a controller, and I'm one of those scrubs, and I've never had issues, but looks like...
My turntable does not have any glitches.
What about the arcade stick, man?
I'll be trying that later. I've never tried it before with TNT. I've been a keyboard main until now.
I should try it with a flight joystick. Play it like it's 1987. Remember back when you used to play like any game with a joystick, no matter what it was?
Oh yeah.
Like you would play Doom with a joystick.
Dude, I remember those little mice that were like stationary and it had the ball in it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where you like roll
your
finger.
track balls.
Yeah.
I know people who still play Counter-Strike with those.
Really?
I think they're crazy.
I used to like it when I was a kid, and I was playing old PC games like Baldur's Gate and stuff at the time, but I definitely grew out of it eventually. This is a little fad that ended. But it looks like we're waiting on Blitzrider to get back in here. A little bit of technical difficulties, so we'll have to go again. But I think Doggo was playing that great, man. I think North America has a chance here with this matchup. Yeah,
both players were playing really well. So it's unfortunate that Blitz had that glitch happen, but yeah, I don't even know why that happens, really. It just randomly does, and then you have to restart the game to fix it.
Okay.
And then but yeah.
Blitz said he should be good now. There he is. We're going to try this again, guys. Pedro says, by the way, if that happens again, the point will go to NA. So, Blitzrider
USA!
Shit.
USA!
Gotta get his gear together, apparently. Maybe he just has to use that default keyboard or something. But here we go, guys. He's back in. I guess he tested it real quick in a custom game or something. He said it's good to go. So EU will be coming back up. And let's see it again, man. I mean, that was a good match. It's unfortunate it happened, but it does happen sometimes. And at least it was in a point of the match where the game could have gone either way. Like, really, you know? No player was super ahead. Just very few engagements had happened. Both players had great economies, great armies, great positions. So I think it's pretty fair to redo it.
Yeah.
But all right, looks like we're just waiting on Doggo to ready up. And there we go. Hopping back into this, man. Now, I wonder if Doggo is going to run Fox again, right? Like, do you try to change it up, mind game a little bit? Maybe go for the Badger?
Well, Blitz is definitely sticking with the original build he was using. Doggo's definitely thinking about changing things.
Also, I've noticed...
Nope, they're going same build. They're confirming in chat.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense.
Yep, which is entirely fair. That's not something that you can really control for.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it either way. But here we go, guys.
Yeah. All right. Now, in the 2 o'clock position in the yellow trunks, we have Kirby is a pink guy, aka Blitz. In the 8 o'clock position in the green trunks, on the high ground, we have Doggo.
All right, so
I'm pretty sure this map is flipped from last game.
Essentially, yeah, looking at Strawberry's map analysis here, Doggo has 2 pretty clear, easy pocket expands and some nice places on the high ground to throw some MG nests. Meanwhile, Kirby is a pink guy, aka Blitz Rider, has some easily accessible high ground for himself, but only 1 expand, and that expand is straight towards his opponent. There's a
Blitz's high
campfire.
ground is not easily accessible for himself.
Yeah.
That's high ground that'll kill his farms if he's not careful.
Yeah, Doggo could really abuse
if you
that
look
high
at-
ground, for sure.
No, he's
Yeah.
got a route up on the back as well. He can get up there and
Right.
put stuff there.
But that's still a long distance if you have squirrels shooting at your farms.
Yeah, that,
Just put an MG nest on it, it'll be fine. No problem.
I would love to see Doggo
Yeah.
abuse that, man.
It's- Yeah, I agree. It's just something that Blitz definitely has to keep in mind. Whoop.
No
Very
problem.
forward squirrel warned by Blitz, so he's definitely planning on being aggressive with that one.
Yeah, but Doggo is going for a 6-farm triple here, so he's going to put on some aggression, and Blitz is not the wiser, and this Warren positioning might actually be the nail in the coffin here for Blitz Rider, because those aren't going to get the pick support, and the squirrels are moving in now, so I think this is looking pretty good for NA, boys. Let's see it if Doggo can
Is he
execute
six
this.
pooling this man?
Dude, he is definitely 6-pulling here.
Yeah,
so
he
let's see
is.
it.
Target tactics, my guy.
All
Yeah,
right.
the only thing
dare
that
you.
could make this even more of a 6 pool is if this was if these were lizards and not squirrels.
He sold them off though. He's 3 MG nests. Oh my god! If Doggo finds out about this high ground,
Yeah.
That was
Come
still,
on, Doggo, scout that.
That was still so successful for Doggo. I mean, it sucks that he doesn't have a ferret to back this up. I would love to see him running the high ground.
Oh,
That's
he
what looks
knows
like.
about
oh,
it.
there's the high ground. There's the high ground.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's no problem.
Like Blitz
What's
Rider,
happening, boys?
dude. Blitz is
It
so
is
behind.
problem, guys.
He has no squirrels, and this high
Well,
ground
those are
abuse.
some.
That's
Those
one
sure are
dead
some
Warren.
green Warrens.
Now he's trying to go for the pigs. That is one
Oh.
dead pig. That is
That is
potentially
2
2
dead
dead pig. 2 dead pig. Incoming pigeon as well.
This-
It's about to be dead pigeon, splat pigeon.
Yeah, this is a very bad game for Blitz. He is getting wrecked.
It really came down to that Warren positioning up front, man. Like that was a bold move. He hadn't really scouted what Doggo was up to. And,
Yeah,
you know, if he
and-
would have placed his Warrens more safely, then Doggo might not have done so much damage. But Doggo's in great
Yeah.
shape now.
Falcon's going down. He is not out of this game in the slightest. You just Tooth and Tail can flip on his head in a second.
That's true.
Yeah, if Doggo overcommits here and loses his army, then Blitz will have a way back in. But right
I
now
think-
it's 9 farms to 6 because Doggo in the meantime took a campfire. And
And
Now
oh,
he's-
this manly gristmill take.
yeah,
Starting
So-
to contain.
Blitz has his work cut out for him quite seriously right now.
Yeah, once a couple of turrets come up here for Doggo, I mean, it's unfortunate for Doggo he doesn't have ferrets to bust through these turrets. And, you know, he might have been able to target fire down that turret, but it would have been a pretty big risk, so I don't mind to see this. You know, Doggo's got a nice lead, trying to compound on it, but...
Yeah, plus Doggo is being smart. He's doing just enough damage on that Warren to make it worth, and then using the pigeons to heal up. He hasn't lost a single squirrel during this poke yet.
Yeah, that's pretty big, man. I mean, even that squirrel's staying alive from the pigeon healing there, and I mean, Blitzrider can pack himself up tight, but that's not gonna last.
There we go.
Man.
There goes that Warren.
You know, we're 4 minutes into the game right now, right? Like, Blitz can only keep this up for a little longer until he has to expand.
Yeah. So this is, Blitz has a very difficult fight ahead of him because at this point, Doggo's just building MGs. He knows he can just keep Blitz right there, and Blitz can't do anything about it.
Yeah, Doggo getting up his own Falcons as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Scouting into the back. He sees the skunks on the way. That is an answer that Blitzrider needs.
Well, he sees that there's Warrens. He doesn't know if they're skunks or not.
Yeah, Blitz is just trying to get up a variety of tier 2 here. You know, get the chameleons up front to tank some damage, hopefully target fire down those turrets. You know, skunks obviously for the large amounts of tier 1 here, and some falcons on the back. So Blitz knows he's on the clock here. He needs to do a timing push before he's totally out of this game.
Right. The problem is now Blitz doesn't have an economy anymore. So if Blitz loses his army, then he can't rebuild. And meanwhile, Doggo is building falcons, so those skunks aren't going to be as good as Blitz thinks they are. Especially since Doggo has 6 pigeons, those are going to help deal with the skunks as well because they can heal at the same rate as skunks can do damage.
Also, Doggo can pull falcons around.
Oh, we have the engage. It's happening, boys. One skunk goes down. Chameleon went down really early. Blitz is losing his army. I'm not sure that Blitz can do anything from here.
Yeah, his commander died immediately in that engagement, which was real unfortunate for Blitzrider, and Doggo just takes a fantastic trade, and now Blitz doesn't have any economy to reproduce.
Yeah. Amusingly, he's still in the game slightly because he lost those 2 farms early. They are going to last a little longer. But it doesn't matter because I'm pretty sure Blitz is not going to have an army by the end of this. And he doesn't. Blitz literally does not have an army, and Doggo senses this, pushes in, and this is it.
All right, so North America putting a point up on the board. Now we got a match on our hands.
USA! USA!
The chat's like, oh, this stream is so biased.
All.
Dude, are you kidding me? I'll admit to being biased, man. North America all the way. But man, it's fun. No,
I'm seeing some complaints in the chat about our clearly biased casting.
Oh, well. Go cast your own tournament if you're going to complain about us being biased.
Yeah, I mean, there is a EU option if you speak French. You can go watch Pedro's stream.
All right.
If you don't speak French, you can still watch. You're just not going to understand any of the words.
So it looks like Arbuz is coming up next for Europe. Great job from Blitzrider, man. He almost took the entire round himself, so good start here for EU.
Yeah, Blitz definitely.
Doggo managed to keep North America alive in the first round of this tournament, though, so... Yeah, Doggo versus Arbuz.
Yeah, Doggo played excellently both games.
Kirby inhaled his enemies. Okay, is Europe just memeing about Kirby or something all tournament?
I was about to ask that because we just had 2 Kirby names in a row that are normally not Kirby.
Well, Kirby did just have a new game come out that's quite good, actually.
Oh, is it?
That is accurate.
Is it multiplayer?
Shoutouts to Kirby.
It is multiplayer.
It is multiplayer.
It's 4-player multiplayer.
I'm always looking for
but
games
it still plays like a proper
wife.
Kirby.
Yeah.
That's cool,
Yeah,
man.
dude, Star Allies is quite good. Highly recommend.
But you know what else is quite good, man?
Shoutouts to Nintendo Switch. Shoutouts to Pocketwatch Games. Hopefully someday we can see Tooth and Tail on the Switch.
Yeah.
Yes, I know it doesn't fit on a Joy-Con. I don't care.
Okay, so we're...
you can just do like you can do fight stick inputs to control your army, right?
Yeah, I mean, or you could just use the Pro Controller like a real boy.
Sounds fake.
Here we go, guys. Hopping into the next match of this round.
All right. In the 12 o'clock position, we have Kirby inhaled his enemies, apparently. And meanwhile, in the 5 o'clock position, in the green trunks, we have Doggo.
So the Kirby guy is obviously
right,
Arbuz here, just for clarification, guys. But go ahead, Strawberry.
Arbuz is a noted longtime player of Tooth and Tail and one of the strongest players in the game's history. Second to only Chip from Space, formerly known as Chip from Second Place, because he never could close out a tournament. But now, between Chip and Arbuz, of the last, I'd say, 10 tournaments I've done, Chip or Arbuz won almost every single one of them. If one of them was playing, they won that tournament.
Yeah.
So, quite strong player now. We'll see how Doggo can deal with it. As far as the map is concerned,
hang
Doggo
on
does
one
have a
second
back
here,
pocket
Strawberry,
spring.
because Arbuz is going with some old school strats here for a 4-farm double lizard attack, so we're going to see some aggression.
wow.
And I think Doggo sniffed it out. Let me see. Yeah, Doggo sees this coming and responded with his own double Warren, so let's see if Arbuz can get some damage done.
He uses his Doggo nose. He sniffs out the strats.
Let's see. Yep, he is able to defend, gets a lizard for free, basically, and drives off Arbuz.
Yeah, and that was on the back of some
gave me a
good
free
scouting.
lizard, I would not know what to do with it. Like, I don't have a glass case for him. I know you need the little warmer lamp. Like, please don't give me a free lizard.
My
But
cat
if you are going to give me a
day.
free lizard, at least give me, like, the necessary materials to take care of one. Please.
Well, Arbuz is coming back with 6 lizards, so he's going to try and make it even harder for you to care for them.
Now, I do want to point out, man, this attack could work, but Doggo was really on top of his scouting. He sniffed out. He saw the 4-farm Warren, which only means this attack is coming, and this is a little bit of an older strategy here, so Arba is really throwing it back to the early games of Tooth and Tail, trying to get something done, but Doggo scouted it correctly, defended correctly, and now I think Doggo's at an advantage in this game.
Yeah, Arbuz tried to dance in front of him with his lizards a little bit, which meant the squirrels got free shots in before they got the engage in. So I'm pretty sure one lizard died before the attack even began, which definitely helped Doggo quite a bit. But, well, if at first 6 lizards doesn't succeed, try again with 9, apparently.
Here it comes, though.
Meanwhile,
Look at
Doggo's
Doggo.
going up.
Yeah? Aw, I got excited. I thought he was saving up for a fox.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes in, and we are halfway to our farm pop, and neither player yet seems to have gone for any sort of expand. I mean, Arbuz does have 2 relatively easy to take expands, and Doggo has one in his back pocket, but the one in his back pocket is very easily attackable from the high ground.
Attackable from high ground and with lizards, which is going to because there's that water in the main direction that Doggo would want to go to defend. So it's going to be somewhat difficult for Doggo to hold that expand in the 6 o'clock if he goes for it, because Arbuz is going 12 lizards and 4 toad. So I guess we're getting to see how well toads do in the new patch.
Yeah, but Doggo's not messing
skunks are
around.
available.
Yeah, the skunks are coming out, which are going to do fantastic against Arbuz's army here. It's just mainly tier 1. Arbuz trying to get out on the map. Now, Arbuz is running the turret balloon, and that's designed to initiate a contained strategy when you see your opponent going for a tier 3. Balloons and turrets do great against foxes, against badgers, boars, that sort of thing.
Don't lose that commander.
Yeah. That said, I would like to argue that the skunks are not going to do as well against Arbuz's army as you think, because lizards don't ball up in the same way that squirrels do.
Yeah,
and
that
that's
is true.
how skunks do most of their damage.
Well, lizards also just got slowed down, remember, by the newest patch that came out.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, we're about to find. Oh my gosh!
Arbuz just had
Lizard
too much
massacre.
there. Look at those toad engagements, man. That was insane. He just deleted
goodness.
Doggo's army. I think that
USA!
the toads there, man, I think were really what helped Arbuz out in that push, man.
I mean, if you think about it, 12 single target damage. If 3 toads hit a skunk, the skunk dies, and then you get the free AoE on everything else.
Right.
So it's equal food in that case, plus free AoE. It's really not too much extra damage lost if they blow up on the squirrels. So, yeah, toads are trading really efficiently with Doggo's army here, and Doggo doesn't have the falcons to be able to burst them, or the numbers to burst them down.
Yeah, I think Doggo's problem was
Kind of going all in on the skunk strat. He needs to play very carefully with it.
yeah.
I'm worried for him because he's going all in on squirrels, which we just saw get deleted by the toad lizard. And Airbuzz now has Falcons. Well, getting a little bit of poking with Skunks. Isn't able to kill anything, but he is doing some damage. We got an engage.
All right.
And it's a massacre.
Arbuzz looks like he's
Ouch.
going to get cleaned up, though. He takes out a lot, basically all of Doggo's army, but has to fall back. But I think the big story here is that Arbuzz has that second base, halfway saturated. And I think Doggo, yeah, trying to go for two skunk warrens, rather, might have been too much. I think he would have done better in those engagements with just, one skunk warren and a bunch of tier 1, perhaps. He did better that time, though, kind of kiting back, really utilizing those gas clouds a bit more.
Right. You say, though, that the engage was pretty even, but look at the army value graph. Arbuzz had his Falcon survive, and that was most of the value in his army.
Right.
Whereas Doggo lost the Skunks, which is an expensive loss at this point.
That is true.
Lizards and Toads are easy to replace compared to Tier 2. And Doggo's losing Tier 2, whereas Airbuzz is losing Tier 1.
Yeah, Doggo just opted out of the Tier 2 for the time being, man. He knows he's got to get his economy going. Now, he has had this campfire going for a little while, which is going to help him out, but overall, Arbuzz looks to be in a dominating position this game.
Yeah, Arbuzz has that defensive position with that MG. He has all 8 farms either built or queued up on his expand, whereas Doggo is trying to get a 4th, his expand, just have anything on it. Arbuzz has much stronger army, just objectively, whereas Doggo has very low-tech army.
Now, perhaps controversial opinion here. If I'm Doggo, right, I'm thinking it's Fox time. I'm thinking it was Fox time about a minute ago.
Well, Doggo just needs to hold on and cross his fingers and hope that Arbuzz doesn't attack him, because Doggo can stabilize if Arbuzz just hangs out for a little while and lets Doggo's, better economy kick in, but certainly...
The owl is on the way.
Yeah, that's going to make a difference, so we'll have to see. I mean, the owl, the mice just got a little bit of a buff too, didn't they? A little more HP and damage, I think?
They did. Yeah, I think it's like...
They did also get slowed down by the Swift change, but that HP buff means the world to those.
Mice are never... Swift is not the main thing for mice. It's the fact that they're free units and they just keep showing up. I do not agree with Doggo trying to push this turret. He can't risk anything.
I think he's just trying to bait Arbuzz into taking an engagement, back on Doggo's defensive position. But Arbuzz is not going to fall for it, so.
Yeah. So, Doggo drops an MG up in the top corner. I'm not sure what he's trying to defend with from there. But he does have Falcons building, which I do agree was necessary a while ago.
I think the turret is mainly there to try to prevent, avenues of runarounds, and as Strawberry pointed out, the campfire as well. But I think Doggo's been doing a great job trying to inch back into this game after losing those 2 big engagements so hard, right? Like, he's not dead, and Arbuzz is still alive. And now he's on his 3rd base, though, so I don't know, man.
Yeah, Arbuzz has the eco lead. He has the army lead. Doggo can still get in this, but he has he's going to have a very difficult time doing so. Oh, yeah, we've got Doggo's building his 3rd expand.
A lot of
campfires. The question is,
too.
can he how long can he hold off this owl?
Right. Yeah, he doesn't have anything really impressive to his army at this point. He needs to get a fox in there. He needs to get a skunk back in there or something.
Speaking of fox, Doggo's floating a lot. Is he going to drop the fox, or is he going to... Yes,
there it
is.
All right. So
he's still floating a lot, so I would love to see him drop some falcons while that fox is building.
Looks like Arbuzz is positioning to come in, though.
Oh, we have the attack.
Arbuzz is going to roll in here. Those toads.
Work, but is it doing enough?
Gotta pull oh my god, all his units just gone.
Those toads just absolutely wrecked all of Doggo's squirrels, man. What a great fight there for Arbuzz, and pulls back. I like that play out of Arbuzz a lot, man. He pulls back.
That was devastating.
Really just waiting for his toads to come back. That's really all Arbuzz lost there, and now this follow-up attack is going to be monumental.
Yeah, Doggo.
Our toads now
a very difficult time here because that was a devastating attack.
Dude, toads are looking real strong, man. So if you guys aren't aware, there was a balance patch yesterday, and a lot of changes just happened. So our players have been kind of scrambling, trying to figure things out.
Here comes the next attack.
Watch these toads, man.
Yeah, Airbuzz is losing a lot, but he's not losing the important stuff. So, and Doggo's losing his economy.
Yeah, he's
And-
getting the damage done, which is important.
Yeah. It's one of those things that he doesn't care if he trades unfavorably because Doggo can't replace while he can.
The Doggo does have the
And-
third base in the bottom.
Yeah, but third base
It's
on
not gonna
3
be enough.
ones versus third base on 6. And
That's game.
that's out.
Okay, guys, so Arbuz takes the match. So Europe wins the first round of the tournament. So we're going to go to round 2. And we'll see where we go from there. So congratulations to Blitzrider and Arbuz for taking round 1 of the tournament for Europe. That's okay, man. North America's going to come back. We're just creating some drama, right, guys? We're letting them think they have a chance.
easily.
You know what I mean? But keep in mind,
Yep.
Blitzrider and Arbuz cannot be used in the second round, nor can any of the North American players. It needs to be 3 fresh players, I believe. So I think we're going to need... You know what? Actually, guys, I might put the stream on a few-minute break while the teams kind of figure out who they're going to send in next. What do you guys think?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Sure.
All right, guys, so we'll take 5, and we'll be back here in exactly 5 minutes, and we'll continue at round 2. So congratulations to Europe for winning round 1, and we'll see you guys shortly. Okay. What's up, guys? We're gonna bring it back. Let me unmute these other guys in the casting Discord with us. What's up, Strawberry? What's up, Shadow? You guys there?
Yep.
I'm here.
Sweet. Okay.
We are indeed here.
Okay, so we have our next lineups. It's gonna be for Europe, Essen Color, Gentleman, and Jet. And for North America, Butterluster, Chip, and Valeris. So let me go ahead and update the scoreboard here. Man, that Gentleman and Jet in Essen Color for EU is definitely going to be a stacked round, man. And Butterluster, Chip, Valeris, it looks pretty good for North America too. So if EU wins this round, man, that is it. So for the sake of the tournament, besides my caster North American bias, it would be cool to see North America win here so we can go to round 3.
Yeah. I don't want to have to carry North America on my back with my fight stick. It would be really awkward.
Yeah, I've got to glue the pad back down onto my IIDX turntable controller.
Come on, let's just tap in for the third round. Let's do it.
That's not a flagrant rule violation at all.
I mean, maybe
This is a
after the
good plan.
tournament, we might have to have some Shadow versus Strawberry. I think that's one way to settle this.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the lineups. We're just waiting for the players to join in. Actually, I put Butterluster on both. Lol. Okay, how about I pay attention? Boom. There we go. There we go.
What's the lineup? Because I can't see it.
So Europe, it's going to be Essen Kohler, Gentleman, and Jet. And NA is going to be Butterluster, Chip, and Valeris. Let me see if I can just...
Well, both sides are pulling out their big guns this round.
Yep.
They know it matters.
Nice. So while we wait, a small piece of Tooth and Tail trivia. I'm curious whether either of you guys know this. True or false? In very early pre-alpha stages, Tooth and Tail once contained flying cows.
I mean, I don't know, but I'm going to have to guess yes, right? Otherwise, that's a crazy question.
I can see that being just a stupid, fun, like, placeholder. So yes, I'm going to say that is true.
It's actually false. It was flying donkeys, not flying cow.
Close enough.
Yeah, we need a gift
Bats
of that.
were also notably once part of the lineup. They basically perform the same function that a falcon does now. But yeah, early on, the game was almost unrecognizable from what it is currently.
Well, we have Look, I Know I'm Trash in the lobby.
That's got to be
Oh,
Essen
hey,
Color.
I didn't realize I was in this tournament.
Heyo.
Hang on, let me
Well,
turn my
he's
game
wearing
down a
blue,
bit.
so I don't think it's you.
Nah, I'm all about that green.
Yep.
So, I'm assuming that's Europe. I think they had a big group meeting before and decided to troll us with their names. For the...
I'm sure they did at this point. Like, you don't have these sets of names like this.
So I'm guessing...
This can't be Europe because it has nothing to do with Kirby.
That is true.
So we got Butterluster versus Butterluster?
Yeah,
I believe
can
it.
fix it. Yeah, the delay. I fixed it by now, though. But so I guess
Yeah,
the
that's
levels...
actually how we're making sure it gets to the third round.
NA wins either way, right?
Yeah.
We have
Butterluster
someone in the chat
confirms
whose
that
name
Look, I'm
is-
Trash is him.
Yeah, we have someone in the Twitch chat named Marxist-Leninist Hopperism.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's a known player. We've seen them on Dell's the Feast several times.
Yeah. It's even a subscriber, I believe.
Oh.
Subscriber.
Yep. What's up,
Yeah.
Marxist-Leninist Hopperism? Appreciate you stopping by, man. So, yeah, I'm not so sure if that's the European, if that's Essen Color or Butterluster. One of them we're still
Butterluster
waiting on.
said in Discord that's him.
Okay. Looks like Essen Color's typing in Discord right now. For some reason, I can't find the lobby even with password. Try global. I think it's region. You know how you have like that region option sometimes when you're looking for an unranked game?
Sure.
You gotta hit global there. I think that's probably the issue.
Yeah.
I think they're figuring it out now, guys. So a little bit of a delay, but we'll get back on track here shortly. So the first round was pretty intense, man. Blitzrider with a good showing, and Doggo starting to take it back, but old school Arbuzz, man, just sealing the deal in for Europe. Definitely some cool games so far.
Yeah. And Doggo definitely put up quite the fight, even in that last game.
Yeah, it was pretty close, man. Those Toads really got some fantastic engagements. I was really impressed with Doggo with the victory with Blitz Rider, man, coming out with that. I think it was like a 5 or 6 farm triple Warren opening, which you really don't expect a lot in today's meta. Maybe there's some little bit of mole shenanigans, but overall, players normally go up to 8 farms relatively quickly. So, good way to catch somebody off guard, you know.
Uh-oh. SN Color still can't find the lobby.
Maybe we should try remaking it? Should we have SN Color make the lobby, perhaps?
Yeah, let's see. Give us a moment, guys. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, we'll get it sorted out. I think if SN Kohler hosts it, it might work.
Yeah.
I don't know. One second, guys. No big deal. Thanks for joining us, man. It's been a lot of fun so far. I'm really rooting for North America this round. I mean, I'm rooting for them in general, but I'd love to see the tournament go to round 3, man.
Yep. Okay, so SN Kohler is going to try to make the lobby.
Okay. So, just waiting on him to decide on the password. Oh, wait.
Yep. Technical difficulties. Da, 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 da.
Region does matter when you're looking for a game. That might have just been the issue. Stream 2.
Alright, search filters. Stream 2.
Alright, I'm in.
Well.
These troll names.
Yep, we got the troll names.
Oh man, it's funny, but it's also like hopefully viewers don't get confused. But we'll work through it, guys. Looks like people should be joining up.
Hold up, are you guys seeing?
I do not have the correct.
It's stream 2.
Are you guys seeing the players in their spots?
I think people are still just kind of joining up.
Yeah, give me a moment. I think I was having a glitch on my end.
We've got a lot of spectators in here. If you aren't a caster or a player, please don't join the lobby, just so we don't have any latency issues.
Yeah.
Joining match for about 37 years.
Oops, that's the wrong button. Okay. Del, Pedro, Josh, Trash, Kirby, Struck. We have a lot of casters on this.
Yeah, there's 6 people spectating.
We have a lot of Kirby's.
How do you see all the people's names that are spectating?
Press E for player options. It shows you everybody in the lobby.
Oh, okay.
And you can see that we've got Kirby Meta, and look, I know I'm... Okay, there's a second Kirby in here. Can that person please exit?
It's not the biggest
No
deal in the
extra
world.
Kirby's.
But it looks like we probably are ready. I'm assuming Here Comes Kirby Meta is SN Kohler. And look, I know I'm trash, just Butter Lester, so I think we're all set.
Oh, Gentleman is casting with Pedro. Okay. Yep, that's fine. So,
All right, I think everything's ready. Just waiting on these players to ready up, and we should be good to go. Here they go. So deck selections are now underway. And,
well, the good thing is in this tournament, pigeons are getting a lot of use, so it definitely seems that people don't think that the changes make it unusable, which is very good sign so far.
It might not. It's hard to say though, right? Because you might just be picking. Like I was playing on the ladder earlier, and I just kind of picked pigeons out of habit at this point. You know, like the balance change was so soon, so recent rather. We'll have to see though. But yeah, you're right. We have seen a lot of pigeons in the tournament.
USA, USA,
USA, USA.
Well, let's see. We might be able to hopefully this game we get to see the new boar and see how that works.
Yeah, I ran against Boar on the ladder. I think it was Essen Kohler, actually, and it didn't do bad. I beat him one game where I had balloons, but another game where I did not. He did fairly well, so let's see it.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I'm sorry. Who's who again?
The Kirby is a European player, so all right, here we go, guys. Let's hop into this match. So round number 2 of the tournament. Take it away, Shadow.
Hello?
Hey.
Hello.
Hear us?
Okay. So, in the 7 o'clock position in the yellow trunks, we have Look, I Know I'm Trash. In the 12 o'clock position in the red trunks, we have Here Comes Kirby meta.
I think we lost Strawberry.
And in the 11 o'clock position on the screen, we have a red plug that says waiting in 15 seconds.
Yeah, it said
I
that
am
you
sorry
left the
to hear
lobby.
that, Strawberry.
So we might have to muscle on without you.
Continue without me, my friends.
Yeah, so Kirby is a European player, Essen Kohler, guys. Look, I Know I'm Trash is Butterluster. So Butterluster really needs to put on a good show here for NA, man, because I'd love to see us go to round 3. But Essen Kohler is a really strong player, so let's see what these guys decide to do this game.
Well, so far we have a gentleman's agreement. I don't know if we had any scouting happen for... let's see.
Yeah, they both know what's going on, but it looks like we got Strawberry back.
They found each other, but they've both gone up to 8 farms before Warren, so... Strawberry's back.
Yeah.
Let me 5x this. How many seconds are you guys on?
We're at 120.
118.
But it should, I think it'll probably stop you when you get current.
Yeah, it'll stop you once you get there. Wow.
Well, not 5x.
Butterluster,
For a while.
Tier 2 rush drops the Falcons before he drops the Squirrels.
Yeah, Essen Kohler getting ahead, man, taking that campfire over to the right. And, you know, the early game at high-level play, you really got to scout your opponent quite often. So, you know, Butterluster might not scout that campfire for quite some time. You know, Essen Kohler could just basically get away with it for free, but it looks like Butterluster is going to take his own campfire. But, yeah, that really fast Falcon, man, I wonder if Butterluster is going for a timing attack, you know, once he's got those 2 Falcons and a handful of Squirrels or something.
Yeah, I could see that. The thing is, Kohler is getting Chameleons, which are, in the early game, stronger than Falcons for a Tier 2 timing attack.
Yeah.
So, it'll be interesting to see who decides to push first, or if they decide to just go eco.
Now, Butterluster throws down the Toads. The Chameleons could be a big problem there, because if the Toads detonate, well, I guess since the Toads do so much single target damage now, right?
Yeah,
it might not be the worst thing in the world.
They actually trade even with Chameleons now.
So we'll have to see. But getting some skunks for the time being, and actually does scout that campfire. So good on Butterluster, man. That might be an easier target. You know, kind of run over there while Essen Kohler's out of position, take it out. We'll have to see, but 4 Chameleons, man, for Essen Kohler, so
yeah,
lots
4
of
Chameleons,
tier 2.
12 Squirrels, which actually I think is the composition that Butterluster wants to go against, because he's getting 2 Skunks, which will do really well against that Squirrel ball.
Right.
He has some pigeons building, so he's going to be able to poke a little bit and have just a bit more longevity. Nope, he sells the pigeons in favor of Toads, which, as we mentioned, will destroy those Chameleons. This is going to be an interesting game. I'm very interested to see which of these builds is going to do better.
I'm really interested, man, just to see how well these Toads do against Chameleons post-patch. Like,
Yeah.
we're all kind of navigating this new meta game together here. You know, that balance patch just hit less than 24 hours ago, so, and the Toads got a good amount of love, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, well, both players are building their X-Band. Kohler is coming in with that Chameleon snipe. Let's see if Butterluster sniffs it out.
Yeah, his commander's out of position, so.
Very out of position. Yep, and there he goes. Kohler gets out of there with a free campfire. But now Kohler's out of position as his Squirrels are dying. Oh my gosh, those Toads committed murder.
Dude, Butterluster really taking advantage of that, engaging at a great time here. Now the Chameleons join the fray, take out a Skunk, but one of them dies in the process, and let's see if Butterluster's got enough momentum here to push through. He needs a target fire a little better, I think, but...
Oh, uh-oh. Butterluster Commander goes down, but he's doing so much damage. Those 4 Falcons are just destroying Warren after Warren.
And they don't die.
Should have
So.
left him there.
That
Yeah.
was a devastating attack. And I'm not sure that campfire was worth it at this point. Being caught out of position, that was a really good game sense by Butterluster. Just attack instead of trying to go back and defend something you lost.
Yeah, and I love this out of Butterluster too. Taking a couple farms on the back of this, making sure that his economy stays nice and good. We're about to hit that 5-minute mark, but SN Color trying to attack into this. I don't think he's got enough.
Oh, one Chameleon goes down to a Toad hit and some incidental damage.
Butterluster coming in here for the big engagement.
This is it. Those Toads did massive damage. That was I think this is game.
Yeah,
Gotta be.
Wow, great job from Butterluster putting a point on the board for North America. Yeah, it looks like SN Color's hanging out for now, but Butterluster just got too much at this point. Should be able to roll over whatever SN Color has left, and North America is going to start this round out with the lead.
Wow. So Toads are really good this patch.
Yeah.
Fantastic job from both players, man. Really good game sense. I think the highlight there really was, as you were talking about, Shadow, man, when SN Color did that chameleon snipe and it put his army kind of out of position, Butterluster really took advantage of it. And let's see who the next player is. Wow, we're already getting into it. So the next player is actually the Gentleman here, one of the top players in Tooth and Tail right now, facing off against Butterluster in match number 2 of round 2 of the North America versus EU Timezone Showdown.
Yeah. And Butterluster is saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Going with the same build as last time. Gentleman is going... He has...
Mines.
This is the first time we're seeing mines this tournament, which I'm interested to see how they work, because mines are a very good weapon in the hands of an experienced player.
Yeah.
We're also seeing Fox, so I'm very interested to see what kind of build order that Gentleman goes with.
All right, take it away, man.
All right. In the 1 o'clock position in the yellow trunks, we have Butterluster. In the 9 o'clock position in the blue trunks, we have the Gentleman.
Now, the Gentleman's
So it's
really
looking
well
like-
known. Oh, go ahead, Strawberry.
Yeah, it's looking like one of those maps. Good lord, the Gentleman has 2 free double high ground expansions to his name. Butterluster has a ultra low ground campfire, and everything else is kind of far. But yeah, go on again about that.
Butterluster can expand easily to the 12 o'clock, but aside from... but it looks like Butterluster is definitely going to want to prevent this from becoming a long game.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Butterluster, he doesn't have any defensive structures here because if the Gentleman tried to go for a fast tier 3, that's really a great answer to it. Taking one of the Gentleman's own gristmills, right, setting up some turrets, but he's not going to have that option this game.
Well, in any case, they have the Gentleman's Agreement of 8 farms before Warren.
That's an awful pun.
I regret nothing.
All right, man.
Tooth and Tail TV, where you can get dad jokes with your video games.
That's right, man. Dad jokes all day long. And hear the groaning of fruits. Oh, man.
And yeah,
Quotes out of context.
Butterluster is
and hear the
going
groaning.
early Falcon once again,
Yeah,
whereas Gentleman is going to triple Squirrel Warren, so...
Gentleman's getting aggressive. He scouted that tier 2, and he's going to punish Butterluster. Gentleman is really good at really identifying and
I'm not sure
punishing
how
people.
much he can punish, though, because squirrels are coming out.
Let's
But,
see.
yeah,
Gentleman's got a few squirrels in the lead here, but the pigs actually are helping fire a little bit. Gentleman can't quite target fire down that tier 2, but it might actually go down anyways. The
Here
Falcon
she's
comes
up.
out, but the Warren is destroyed. That's a big deal, man.
yeah. Yeah, that was definitely a solid attack by Gentleman, who's expanding behind it, and I definitely agree. Yeah, Butterluster is going to have a bit of a time here, because he does have that Falcon still, which is going to matter for this entire game, I'm sure. But Gentleman is going to have a much better economy very quickly, Butterluster goes for a very far out campfire, which is Gentleman is not going to be able to safely attack. So
Yeah.
I definitely.
I mean,
We'll see what Butterluster decides to do.
Yeah, Gentleman's positioning himself very well in this game. I love these mines out in the middle of the map. Butterluster's probably not going to be expecting mines, obviously, but man, you know, that attack from Gentleman was just ideal in the early game, right? Like, he took out that tier 2, he traded fairly effectively, and on the back of it, he expanded. So now his economy is through the roof, and it's going to be up to Butterluster here to get something together. You know, he hasn't taken a second base yet. Getting a couple of campfires, sure, but if you let the Gentleman... Yeah, now he throws down the Fox, but his economy is so much better, he can afford the Fox plus enough units, probably, right? Like...
Yeah, easily. Like, Butterluster... Look at this. He has 7 mines in between his rush distance.
No. Oh.
It's a massacre.
Great mine hits there. And Butterluster's going to commit, though, even taking this gristmill to help tank for him.
That said, he has 3 falcons and pigeons to help keep them up a little bit longer.
Good
a falcon
fire.
cannot step on mine.
That mattered.
That is true.
Because now the skunk is in. There's no more mines on the map. The skunk is killing what little tier 1 Gentleman is able to pull forward.
Oh man, those pigeons were healing the
might have
skunk
been
through it.
overextend.
Yeah.
The pigeons decide that the squirrel is more important than the skunk.
I know.
So.
That was so sad for Butterluster there, man. But
yeah, that is the problem that I think needed to be fixed. Not how they pat the pigeons path. It's that their targeting AI is really bad, and it could very easily have lost the game for Butterluster here, because that skunk is massive compared to that one squirrel it was keeping up.
He's not letting up on this push.
Yeah, but the real story here is the Fox, man.
As much as I'm complaining, to be fair, this push is working still. He's getting farm after farm, and like these single squirrel at a time is not going to push this back with these pigeons backing it up.
The real
problem is this Fox is going to push it back.
Yeah. Oh, Butterluster sees it, targets it down, that Swift nerf. I don't know.
They're like, where is... I don't agree with this.
Once you start falling back, that's when the Fox decides, okay.
Yeah, he needed to keep chasing the Fox because the Fox didn't have anywhere to run at that point.
Yeah.
But instead he retreated and kept giving 3 shots on that skunk. And
he just calls it there.
Yeah. Nice try.
He knows that the...
Yeah, definitely good game there, man. Butterluster almost had it. The Fox gets out, though, and yeah, you really can't retreat from the Fox, man, unfortunately. So the Gentleman takes the game.
Yeah, the only way to fight a Fox is, like, straight up in the face.
But now we got Chip from Space coming in for North America here. So I'm not so sure why Butterluster's readied up. I'll let him know.
Yeah, I'm not sure he understands what the way this is supposed to work, so give us just a moment. We're letting him know in Discord.
Maybe he just wants the salty run back immediately.
Hang on 1 second, guys. All right, so Chip from Space should be coming in next for North America, and it's tied up 1-1 in the second round here. So, Gentleman's gonna stay. Yeah. Kirby is so happy as the Gentleman. Yeah, that was close. I'm rewatching. That big attack is actually coming up right now on the delay of the stream. And yeah, I think I don't think if Butterluster even would have stayed, he might have not had enough, but he certainly had to try at that point, right? Like, you really can't do a hard retreat against the Fox.
Yeah.
And he kind of realized he made that mistake right after and tapped out of the game. But here we go. Chip from Space coming in. No troll name for him. Just straight up OG. Yep. So
this is going to be a battle of the Titans. 2 of the most well-known players in Tooth and Tail right now going at each other.
And when Chip is coming in with no memes, you know it's time to be terrified.
Yeah, man. He's serious.
That or he's literally too lazy to meme. Both states of Chip are equally horrifying.
All right.
I mean, both states are also equally true at the same time.
So Chip's got his work cut out for him, man. I mean, even if he wins this game, he's got to go up against Jed Erickson next. And, Gentleman and Jed Erickson are two of the best players in the game right now. Certainly two of the top players on the EU team. So here we go, man. Chip's coming in. Now, Chip's always been active, but I don't think he's been super, super active lately. I could be wrong, but, he's still Chip from space, so he should be good to go. Let's see it. They're deciding on what they want to run. And...
yeah.
The best of one makes this pretty crazy, right? Like,
yeah, it's a very interesting format because it's one of those things that you would think would be dominated by cheese because you can easily rush them down and they can't prepare for it in game 2. But
we're finally seeing a mole for the first time.
Oh boy!
Yeah, here we go. So Chip's deck is actually basically the bread and butter standard deck before the patch, but here we go, guys, getting into this match.
Yep. All right, in the 10 o'clock position in the green trunks, we have Chip from outer space. And in the 1 o'clock position in the blue trunks, we have the gentleman.
No shortage of grist mills this time.
Yeah.
Looks like Chip might have a little further to go to get to his. Again, look, we'll start to see all the various little high grounds that he's got access to. He's got some decent places for hiding warrens, especially if he takes the northern...
Is that a mole?
That's a mole. But
We've
Chip
got a
scouted
mole,
it.
boys.
That's a mole. We have a mole, ladies.
Well, Chip
was prepped on the defense.
Yeah, Chip already has squirrel coming out, so I'm not even sure this mole is going to get out of there. It might.
No, it gets sold off.
Nope, it's sold.
Yeah, Chip typically goes for the 5-farm warren opening, which is pretty safe. You don't see it a lot nowadays, but it's a good answer to that really quick mole. So Chip didn't even really have to pivot very much. Just his basic opening was fine against that.
Yeah. So from there, we see basically identical openings. Squirrel warren that's intentionally locked down so it can't produce, with 8 farms going up.
Yeah, really, we're going to have to see the choices here. I mean, overall, the gentleman's got a little bit of a better split on this map, but Chip has access to a second and even a third base, even though that third is a little bit difficult.
And
but...
I mean, yeah, Chip has slightly more difficult expanding, but only because he's expanding towards the gentleman.
Yeah.
Whereas, if you look at the actual distance between them, they're basically identical.
But if this game goes on too long, though, Gentleman will eventually get up to 5 gristmills versus Chip's 3. But I really don't see it going on forever, man. Most games are settled in 2 to 3 bases.
Right. Plus, the other thing you have to look at, there's only one campfire on the map, and it's at the 8 o'clock, so there's no way that the gentleman could easily take it, whereas that's basically a slightly dangerous 9th farm for Chip. But it's something that he could easily defend compared to anything that... Wow, that's an early expand.
Yeah, Gentleman's known for his greed, man. And Chip opening up with some skunks, and Gentleman actually went for Falcon first. So I don't know. Now, did Chip see that expansion? That's pretty important.
Yes, he did. He went up the corner there to see it.
So let's see if he decides to really try to all in on this and prevent Gentleman from expanding or taking expansion itself. It looks like he's thinking about doing an attack here.
I'm not sure he has enough, Chip.
Let's see. Moving out.
Yeah, he has... In that army, he has 2 pigeons, 4 squirrels, and a skunk. It's not going to be enough, I don't think.
If you can micro this skunk really well,
yeah, if they're... He's actually not direct engaging, so maybe it is. He's able to just poke with that gas.
Yeah, no pigeons for the gentleman, man.
Yeah, the gas... Okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Chip.
This is working.
Yeah, I don't think any other Tooth and Tail player has the micro Chip has.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal.
Everybody knows that Chip is absurd with his micro.
Keeping both skunks alive. That one skunk got super, super low, but pulls it back. Nice back and forth. Pigeons helping. The skunk's really tanking on the front line.
I don't think Gentleman's squirrels have even really done any damage because of the skunks. They just keep trying to dance out of the clouds, but there's clouds where they're dancing to.
This is looking pretty good for Chip so far. He backs out for now.
So much damage. Gentleman has basically no warrens left.
Yeah, and I love this.
He floated up so much food, he just instantly drops 3 squirrel warrens and takes a campfire and a base.
Yeah, I love this from Chip, man. Just pull back, and now he's going to continue the attack. Get some macro done. Make sure he's got a good follow-up. His economy stays healthy, can produce more and more units, and I think Chip's just going to keep the aggression on from here.
Absolutely. And I mean, if you look, that farm that he took down, it's not even worth it for Gentleman to rebuild because I don't think there's even 60 food left on that farm.
Now, that was a great move from Chip. I think he kind of caught the Gentleman, already preempting for this Lizard base trade, which is what the Gentleman is going to try to do, right? He knows he can't take this army, and Chip's already built some turrets back at home to try to prevent that.
Yeah. And, yep, he sees the army, he massacres the army.
That's game.
Yeah, Gentleman tried to engage there.
Gentleman does not have an army left, and Chip has a massive army. And yeah, Gentleman taps out.
Well played from Chip, man, putting a point on the board for North America. So we're 2-1 in this round. Keep in mind, guys, if you are tuning in a little bit late, we're on round 2 here. Europe won the first round, so North America needs to win this round, or Europe wins the whole tournament. If North America wins here, then we do one more round, round 3, where any players from either tournament can join. So super exciting, man. Now, Chip's got his work cut out for him because Jed Erickson is coming up next for Europe, their team captain and arguably one of their strongest players.
So, but yeah, if anybody you ever meet says that Tooth and Tail does not have micro, just show them that game. Because micro is literally the only reason Chip had even a slight chance there.
Yeah.
And he destroyed a massively overwhelming force compared to what he had purely based on micro.
I mean, micro is a pretty big part of Tooth and Tail, especially near the high end.
Yeah.
Like target firing down squirrels, running around, keeping a fox alive, tanking with units. Like Chip just running in and out with those skunks, man, getting the gas down, taking some hits, pulling back, healing back up. Like, that was very impressive.
Yeah, that was absurdly good. So, yep, we're just waiting on Jet to come in and get ready for his game.
Yep. I would tell Jet, but I think they know. I'm sure he's talking to the Gentleman. Yeah, there you go. You got it.
Yeah. Yep,
So,
I just pinged Jet in chat. Yeah, in the EU voice chat, there's only Esten, Kohler, and Jet, so I don't know if he realizes.
oh, I see.
The problem is Jet is currently on Do Not Disturb in Discord, so I don't know if he even gets pings. Okay, tournament organizer Josh is letting Jet know.
Okay, perfect. Yep. So Jet will be on his way, guys. That's probably him with the trolling name.
Yeah, that's him because I know what that oatmeal reference
what's
is.
the oatmeal reference, man? Clue us in.
So Jet was in Blackmore Crest's stream one day, and Blackmore's another person who streams Tooth and Tail as well as other games. And Jet, I guess, put a video of some sort of really obnoxious meme video about oatmeal onto an autoplay thing that Blackmore has in his channel.
Oh, no.
And just driving Blackmore insane with it. So,
all right, here we go.
Mentioning oatmeal is enough to get... Oh, well, let's ignore that and say that in the 10 o'clock position in the green trunks, we have Chip from Space. And in the 4 o'clock position in the blue trunks, we have Jet.
Now, Jet is running this contained deck that he's made pretty popular lately, and it's a good response to Badger or Fox rushes. So just kind of keep that in mind as this game progresses.
Now, the single most important thing you can notice when looking at this map is if you treat the campfires as eyes, the gristmills form a smiley, with the center one being the nose.
This is entirely accurate.
That is
and
very
Chip's face
important.
is that little, mole or whatever that's on the face.
Dude, the sick insights from Strawberry, man.
Yeah,
dude,
it's
get
just,
out your notepads, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. So
I see people in the chat 2 minutes from now. We'll find out. They're asking, is anyone from Russia? I believe Arbuz Budesh is from Ukraine, which is not Russia, but close.
I want to say I've heard of players from Russia. I'm not so sure, though. I can't name any off the top of my head. But we got players all over Europe,
guys
man.
who speak Russian, but they're not from Russia, like Mr. Nasal Congestion Man, for example, and Lol Steamroller from back in the day. I want to say they're both Latvian.
Now this map looks pretty damn good for Chip. I mean, Jet really doesn't have access to his second base. Now you can kind of say Chip has this base outside of his base. Sure, outside of his first base rather. But but that high ground all around, I highly doubt Jet's just gonna let him take that.
Yeah, that would be an extremely difficult base for either player to hold.
Yeah, so it looks like second base options are gonna be on this bottom side of the map in the smiley face for either players. And I don't know if we're even gonna get to second base in this game, man. Or maybe
if
one
either player tries to take a second base, it'll be a smile painted in blood.
Yeah. There's no way like the left side of smile would be Chip's and right would be Jet or anything like that. That's just too damn close. And Chip going for the skunk push, and let's see how Jet responds. He's got turrets which can help out holding it off. Yeah, ferrets. I've done this opening a lot on the ladder. From Jet's position.
This is Jet's favorite build at this point, is that squirrel ferret push where he gets 2 ferrets, 9, 12 squirrels, and then just pushes on the enemy base with that.
But the skunks are a good counter to that. Jet can hold off the skunk push from Chip, but Jet would have to be on the defense. I really don't think Jet's going to be able to move out with these ferrets and do anything against Chip, just because he's got the skunks. And I think you really need a defender's advantage, a turret or two, and you can hold off the skunks just fine with the ferrets. But ferrets are designed like that, right? Like they're a utility unit, so something like skunk is going to get a lot more pound for pound in the direct engagement. And here we go, man. Chip's moving out.
Yeah, and I was going to say, you say that he can hold this off in the defense, but we saw the last game, so it's going to be difficult, even if he can.
Yeah, this turret's late too, man. Like, he needs those turrets to help him out, but this push comes in real early from Chip, and I think Jet might be okay now that the turret gets down.
Up. He can't... That cuts off some avenues for Chip, but... Yeah, Jet is losing squirrel after squirrel to those skunks.
Lots of war in there, too, and the skunk gets away with 2 HP. That's a big deal for Chip, and yeah, Chip realizes he can't pierce through there with the turrets there, so backs out for now.
Yeah, and Jet was trying to chase with the ferrets in case Chip's army stopped, but he pulls back because he also knows he can't safely poke that.
Yep, Falcon's going down for Chip now.
Yep. And Falcons are already up for Jet.
Jet's pushing out this position, but these other turrets, like, he's getting a better front ground established on this high ground. But
oh wow, Jet takes that very dangerous forward base. Let's see if he can hold it.
Yeah, he's mainly taking that to build more and more defense structure, try to contain Chip.
Yeah, he's trying to slowly push out with his defenses.
It's unfortunate Chip doesn't have any ferrets here.
Yeah, Chip sends a single Falcon to that base, so he's going to have... I don't think that base is lasting too much longer. But it's long enough to put up a balloon, so... Well,
where is it?
I say put up, but instead it's just spend 70-odd food because we can.
Nice defense there from Chip. Yeah, but Jet... I mean, if Jet gets his territory, really puts down a couple more defensive structures, that'd be huge, but Chip is not sitting around letting him, man. Gets that Gristle taken out, trying to push in.
Yep. Alright.
Ooh, I wonder if he can get that balloon before it gets done making. Losing a skunk there.
Chip needs to, because that balloon... Oh gosh. It's a massacre!
Barely gets that balloon, and Chip somehow just has a ton of units left over.
Well, you say a ton of units, it's like 2 squirrels, a falcon, and 4 pigeons.
Hey, relatively, it was
to be fair, it's working.
Right. Yeah, the reinforcements from Jet kind of balance things out, and Chip's moving back for a minute, but I think he's going to keep this aggression on, man. He knows Jet wants to throw down more and more defense.
Here's the problem, though. Neither side has an economy, but Chip has a second ready to drop a farm on.
Right. That is very true.
So... Jet can't really do much of anything else with his army because he can't afford to replace things. He sells that forward position. He knows he can't hold it, but I'm not sure what Jet is able to do at this point. Like, that balloon, if it gets up, will help, but Jet's losing army he can't replace.
That's a
Chip
dead
is also
skunk.
losing army he can't replace, but the pigeons are keeping enough of Chip's army alive that Jet's losing more than Chip is.
This is game.
Yeah.
Well done from Chip.
I'm convinced at this point that pigeons are really strong still.
Yeah, it looks like it.
And-
I think you're right. Those pigeons made a big difference throughout that whole engagement. So
Yeah.
that's going to be it for round 2, actually. We're going to take it to round 3 now.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm surprised because pigeons before used to be badger or boar only, but now with the range buff, even without the total amount of healing they can do, even with that being less, they're actually stronger, which I like because they're actually usable in more decks.
That was just great play from both sides. I mean, Jet, really, it was really close, man. If maybe 1 or 2 of those balloons happened to get up, that would have been huge for him. There were a couple moments in those engagements where Jet had target fire down Chip's skunks really, really well.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Chip's micro is definitely a huge part of that game. Like ignore the pigeons being different. Just the micro in itself was amazing on both sides.
Yeah, Chip was really moving his Falcons up forward, to do some damage, and then right when Jet would start moving up, he'd pull the Falcons back. So that was really impressive as well. But Chip actually went up to 6 pigeons, which I think was pretty interesting, man, because a lot of times in the scrappy early games like that, you see guys just get that 1 pigeon warren, So Chip got 2, and I think it made a really big difference for him.
It did. Just the additional extra healing was, I'm sure, massive in that final engagement where they both were bleeding out units they couldn't replace. Chip was bleeding out slightly less, and that was what decided the game, basically.
So, bear with us, guys. We're in a little bit of a lull. We're in between rounds. So, Europe won the first round. North America won round 2. And now we're into the final round of the tournament. These teams need to figure out which players they want to send in and in what order, and they can send in anyone they've used already. So I'm definitely thinking we'll see Chip, we'll see Gentleman, we'll see Jet, and I'm interested to see what the other choices here are for these people. Now, I'm not so sure how many no-shows we got or how many people haven't played for either side. Let
me go through the Discord and see. Airbus Blitz.
Okay, so Pedro. Oh, sorry, but Pedro is saying for the third set you have to have 1 player that hasn't played already. So both teams have to include someone they haven't included yet, and then whatever 2 other players they want to.
Yep. So for Europe, the options that are online for that player that has not played before, there's Classic Metal. There's Mia Imari, who is also a well-known skilled player. There's also Ezratum, who is, according to Discord, playing Dota 2 right now, so I don't think he's going to be playing.
Sometimes you just need your dotes.
Mari isn't here. I don't know why.
Yeah.
He's just not showed up.
Yeah, in any case. But on the North American side, there's CJ Man Jansen, and then there's also Master Wario, who has not played. And Valeris, actually, who hasn't played.
So those are a lot of great players, man. Master Wario, Valeris, and Man Jansen are all great. Mari's great. And who else was it from EU?
Classic Metal.
Classic Metal's fantastic, yeah. Classic Metal's been around. Was he Alpha? Was he in the Alpha strawberry?
Classic Metal was pre-Alpha. Classic Metal is probably the oldest player I know still playing today. Wow. In terms of like how long ago they were playing.
That's insane.
Yeah, so I could honestly see just them taking all of the players that haven't played before and throwing them into round 3 because they're all really good players.
Well, I definitely think North America is going to throw out Chip, and EU's probably going to get Gentleman and Jet again. But
I also think EU's like, I don't know, if I were EU, who would I pick?
Let's build
Arbuz would definitely be on the squad.
Oh yeah, Arbuz. That's a good point.
Yeah.
If there's anybody with matchup experience versus Chip from Spaces, like specifically, it's Arbuz. Those two have probably played like 1,000 games against each other.
Yeah. Well, here, while we're waiting for the teams to build their groupings, why don't we build what we expect to see?
Okay. All right. I'll go first. So my predictions for EU. It's gonna sound a little weird, but I would probably say Arbuz, Gentleman, and Classic Metal. I think you drop.
That's pretty much what I would have, except maybe Jet Erickson instead of Gentleman. I don't know.
Josh,
Yeah.
what's your? I think I heard Josh, man.
No,
What's
I
your
might even-
predictions?
What for EU?
Yeah.
Yes.
Classic, Jet, and Arbors.
Yeah, I think that makes
They're
sense.
the best 3 players.
I could see that.
I mean, I could even see classic Blitzrider in Arbus.
If you guys are
Blitz
wondering
did do well.
who Josh is, guys, you hear the man behind the curtain, man. Josh is helping out doing tournament organization here. He's been involved with a lot of other tournaments as well, so he's kind of chilling in our Discord.
Josh has also been around for quite a while. In some of my earlier Strawberry Cups, I remember Josh being around.
September 2016.
Damn.
Yeah, so some of the most legendary tournaments, Josh and Nathan would make it like 90% of the way through, and then had to leave because they had to do something in the morning.
All right, what about NA? What about NA? What do you guys think the lineup's going to be?
Definitely Chip. It's really hard because Valorous, Darius, TJ Man, Master Warrior, they're all good players.
Mishi, easily. He hasn't played yet.
Oh, is Mishi on? Oh, yeah, Mishi is offline on Discord, so I'm not sure if they're here.
He's in the Vice chat. He's in NA Vice.
Oh, I guess they just have it set to show offline.
Yeah.
Then yeah, Mishi's definitely gonna be.
Chip, Mishi, Valeris, maybe.
Yeah, I could see that.
The thing is, they're also listening to us. They can just throw us for a loop.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait for them to just choose none of the ones we've said just because.
NA is gonna be. It's gonna be Chip, Delthius,
Hey.
and John Cena.
Dude, if I knew Shadow was casted too, man, I almost would have let you guys handle this, and I would have joined up for NA. That'd have been fun. But
Because here's the thing: not only nobody's expecting Delthius because he's casting right now, but he can cast and play at the same time.
That's
and
true.
then nobody's expecting John Cena because tomorrow is WrestleMania, and everybody knows that John's going to be down there in New Orleans, ready to face the Undertaker if the Undertaker's ready. Nobody's expecting him to show up and play Tooth and Tail. You cannot see him.
Hey, man.
John Cena
Yeah, I was gonna-
confirmed.
He could be in this
Yeah, I was
hotel.
gonna say though, I can't see him in the Discord, so I don't think he's gonna be playing.
John Cena's
You can't
not
see him
online
at
right now?
all.
Crazy. Okay. I'll be right back, guys, while we wait on these. You guys keep talking about John Cena.
In terms of other like unexpected players, there's also the possibility of the Spanish Inquisition on the EU side. I mean, nobody would expect that.
This is true. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Vladimir Putin is also a EU option. He did just win the election, so you think he may be busy. He could still show up.
Yeah. I don't know.
What do you think about the potential for a surprise Elon Musk US pick?
Well, you see, the problem with that is he has to first land the Falcons on a barge, and he's still working on that. They keep crashing.
Do they just desync?
Yeah. And then the barge sinks.
Or do you,
Now, Virgin
Do you
Galactic, I could see.
Oh, yeah, I don't know, though.
Yo,
Chip from
back.
Space is easily stronger than Virgin Galactic.
Yeah, this is true.
I walked in on a weird part of the conversation.
Not really. You walked in on
Yeah.
what was average for this conversation.
Fair enough. So if you guys
All
are,
right, and then,
go ahead. Oh, I was just gonna
Yeah,
do my normal shtick. I was just gonna say, if you guys are joining us, man, this is the Pedro's Timezone Showdown tournament. We're in the third round. EU won the first round. Who won it there? It was Blitzrider and then Arbuz, right?
yeah.
Indeed.
Okay, so let's test our memories. So what were the matches? It was Blitzrider. Who was his first victim? I can cheat a little bit. It was
See,
Darius.
the problem with remembering all this is they all had name names.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
So okay,
Kirby.
so in the first
So
round,
Kirby beat...
it was Blitzrider. Yeah, Kirby beat North American player, right? But it was Blitzrider versus Darius Hart, and then Blitzrider won, right? And then he beat Red Dino, lost to Doggo, and then Arbuz beat Doggo, and then Europe won the first round. And in the second round, we had Essen Color fight Butterluster. Butterluster took the game in a bit of an upset. Butterluster went on to lose to the Gentleman. Chip fought the Gentleman and won, and then Chip also beat Jet to tie it up and for NA to win round 2. And now we're just waiting on player selections to finalize for both teams and head into round 3. So shouldn't be too much longer. European Invader.
Yeah.
Yeah, just having a look at the Twitch chat here. We really appreciate all you guys watching us today and participating in the chat. Just some shout outs. I do see the glorious AFB in chat. Easily the most overpowered artist on the Discord. This man just like glorious AFB was like, I'm just gonna sketch something, and like 45 minutes later has this like tapestry piece of art. Like
not even that. He says, I think I'm gonna build a skin, and in half an hour he has the entire skin, all of the animation frames. It's absurd, and it's rude because it makes me feel inadequate.
Does the lobby have a max number of people that can be in it?
Do that.
I heard Premium Bo say earlier, game can only have 8 people in it. Right now we have 7 spectators.
I don't know.
Yeah. Do we know who European Invader is?
I don't know. All these troll names,
Don't
dude.
know.
Yeah, that's the problem. Because I know Kirby is so happy is Gentleman, who is casting with Pedro. Then we have us 4. Well, basically, there's the 3 casters and Josh. And then European Invader is new in the player list. So do we know who that is?
Negativo. Yep. Just looking back in the chat, I think there's a lot of talk about players from Russia. Potentially, we got some people in the chat who don't actually understand English. So,
Really?
French is another option. We unfortunately do not have a Ruski restream. I would love to try to get one of those going in the future, but my Russian is attacked
I'm
by
sorry,
King
I just
DDD.
saw the name.
Yeah, that's pretty much what my Russian's like. It sounds like I'm being attacked by King DDD when I speak. Specifically, Arbuz gets like triggered when I speak Russian.
Okay, we
You
got
just
it, guys.
European
It's the way it
Invader
sounds.
is
Hang
so,
on, hang on. The match orders are in. So for Europe, we've got Amari coming up first, Classic Metal and Arbuz, and then the North American team is going to be Mishi, Valeris, Chip.
Hey, call the NA team.
Yeah, really kind of
Alright.
interesting. EU didn't decide to run Gentleman or Jet again.
Well, I have a lot of faith in Classic and Arbuz.
Oh yeah.
Me personally, I've seen both of them play for a very, very time. So if anybody's coming in with game experience and knowing how to adapt to specific new patches, it's them, because they've adapted to all the new patches.
So attacked by King DDD is probably Mishi. Right?
yeah.
I'm thinking.
Yeah. Do you mind just sending me the list of
Yeah,
the matchups?
I just linked it in Twitch chat, but I'll link it here as well.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing the.
There you go.
Yeah, it looks
matchup
like
link.
Mari's playing.
Yeah, I'm interested to see Amari's play, man. Amari's always been a great player. Okay.
Yeah.
So attacked by King
Michelle
DDD
play.
is probably
Attacked
Amari,
by
right?
DDD is Amari, which makes sense because that's a Kirby name.
Yep.
Okay. So now we see the first battle of the game. Who gets Hopper?
I mean, to me, the point is moot. The real question is who's going to be the. I think it's a stare down to see who's going to take Quartermaster first.
Oh yeah.
I could see that.
Mishi normally plays Hopper, doesn't he? I think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And I think Mia does too. So
Yeah. There is the
this
commander
is a stare down of who gets Hopper.
Hopper is generally my second place pick. I actually used to play primarily Archimedes, but that's back when he was purple. Fun fact, once upon a time, Archimedes was by default purple.
All right, here we go. It looks like we're getting this match underway here shortly. Mishi versus Amari. Gonna be a real exciting match.
Archie!
Yes! Drum fire!
Where's the contain build?
Now, we were kind of worried. I read people a little bit worried Drumfire might be too broken. This is the first time we see it here, but here we go, guys.
Well, Obs was worried, but in any case, in the 12 o'clock position in the yellow trunks, we have Mia Imari.
Attacked
In
by
the
King
10
DDD.
o'clock position in the red trunks, we have Mishi. But yeah, like we were saying just before, Obs has been experimenting on ladder with the new Artie and has had a lot of success with Artie cheese. so he was worried that it might be broken. I guess we might see this game whether that holds true or not.
Now,
We're also going to see a absolutely bonkers map. Look at this expand in the south right-hand corner. It is still closest to Mishi, and Mishi still has a route in. But Mishi might not know that Mishi has a route in if Mishi has not checked Mishi's mini-map.
Yeah, that's true.
That said,
It's
Mishi
kind
is a
of
very
narrow.
good player, so I think Mishi will check Mishi's mini-map.
All right, just hoping that Mishi checks Mishi's mini-map. Mishi also
That
has
said-
options to Mishi's left.
Mishi has options to go 5 farm double lizard, whereas Mia is going 8 farm and could very easily die if he doesn't scout this now.
Yeah, Amari really needs
And
to figure
also
out what's
rocking
going
double high
on
ground.
because she hasn't scouted this yet. So Mishi has
Mia.
got quite a bit of time here
Mia.
to come in with these lizards, and I think Mia might have been
This
looking
is
for
gonna be bad for Mia.
a proxy contain situation. But here we go, man.
Oh no!
Yeah, Mia did not respond to this even slightly, and this is going to be bad.
Please don't let this be the queso.
Well, it wasn't that she didn't respond to it; she didn't even see it coming, man. And Mishi gets in there and gets some
Yeah, Mia
warring
did
kill.
not. Mia didn't scout the main base of Mishi once they found it the first time. They
Right.
completely missed the 5 farm double.
But Michi hasn't done
And-
critical damage yet. He did kill a Warren, but let's see.
A Warren and a barbed wire, so that's 80 food for, and then they both traded a couple lizards. So Mishi is 80 food up in terms of damage, but Mia had their farms up sooner. So I don't know how much actual damage was done. And we have that really weird middle of the map expand going to Mia.
Yeah, we've also got a really weird middle of the map campfire. Mishi.
This map is bizarre.
The thing, I like it though, because it's like, it's almost balanced. It's just really weird.
Now,
Yeah, it's like I don't even know how to respond to whether this is
This
balanced or
turret,
not. It's
is it going to make
absurd.
it up?
Oh, the turret's
is.
getting up easily. There's way too much defending it.
it's a little bit unfortunate for Mia, though, if she was trying to do that Artie Cannon build with that proxy gristmill, right? Because there's actually no little ledge or anything to fit a unit up there. It's just complete farmland, but she might not need it because this turret on the front here is doing some
Yeah,
great
Mia
damage. Kills the
is-
campfire.
Yeah, Mia's pushing really well with this wizard composition. Mishi is getting contained pretty hard at this point. The problem is Mishi can just go around the left side of their base and do stuff that way. So this isn't as hard
Yeah,
to contain
Mishi needs to
as-
stop throwing away all of Mishi's units.
Yes,
That- every
is
time
the-
a lizard
that
dies-
is the problem.
Yeah,
And
That's
Mishi
going to be
just-
Mishi's game.
Mari just got some
if
crippling
Mishi had
damage done there.
retreated, look at the army graph. Like, you can see that Mishi just keeps throwing away one unit at a time while Mia just is able to build up their army. And that's what the game was about, not the absurd map as much.
Yeah, she did a really good push there. Like, Mishi
Yes.
really just couldn't break out of it, and then she started kind of snowballing and actually getting some Warren damage done, and then, like, Strawberry was kind of pointing out, like, Mishi never got to regroup his army, you know, they kind of kept going in one by one, so
Right.
nice win there from Amari, and gonna put Europe ahead 1 point in this last round. So let's see, next up for North America is gonna be Valeris. And Valeris has been rocking it lately, man. He's always on the ladder. He's always, 1,200 plus score. So, real interested to see what he can do here for North America.
Yep.
So,
So, let's see. Valeris is next up. So,
I think it's still stream 2, yeah. Yeah. And Mishi's going to have to hop out because we only have literally enough room.
right. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
much casting.
Dude, it's been
Indeed.
fun,
Yeah.
man.
And
Looks
then we
like,
get to meme later.
yeah, and it looks like
Oh,
Valeris,
yes, the quality memes.
Valeris can't find the room, but I think it's because we're full. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. So,
All right.
let's see.
There we go.
There we go.
All right,
There's
here he
Valeris. And Valeris takes Hopper.
Snagging up the hopper. It's the psychological damage that does early on, just stealing your opponent's commander like that. It puts them on tilt. We do have moles. There are moles.
Yep, we have moles.
There's double moles. We could be seeing a 30-second game here.
This can be good.
All right.
Oh gosh, we're seeing Valeris is debating between Lizard and Toad, and it looks like he's going Toad. So we're seeing the absurd Toads that we were seeing earlier, hopefully. But all right, in the 12 o'clock position in the yellow trunks, we have Mia Amari, and in the 6 o'clock position in the red trunks, we have Valeris.
All right, having a look at the map here, Valeris has at least one easy expand and at least one easy campfire, whereas Myanmar has 2 easy expands and 1 kind of far-ish campfire. Just various scattered showers and scattered gristmills all across the map forecast. And we got moles!
Mole's old.
Little mole shenanigan in the early game, but looks like it's gonna even out. No player really taking any damage.
Yeah,
so.
each of them saw that the other has moles, so it's not really that relevant.
Valeris
No,
has a lot
Valeris
of money.
is trying it anyway. Valeris
He's going hard,
Wow.
man. Does Amari know?
I guess we're seeing some MG cheese?
Oh yeah, she definitely knows what's up. So let's see. Yeah, Valeris is
And,
gonna look
yeah,
to try
like-
and throw down a turret.
Yeah, and I mean, Mia literally has nothing that could stop this, really, except for the fact that Valeris stopped building moles, and... Oh, this is absurd.
No, Valeris. Nice try,
Okay.
man. But yeah, Mia
What
building
is
more
the-
moles.
Oh gosh,
Oh,
this game!
A little bit of indecision.
so much lactose. All this cheese. It's high in calcium.
Well, Mia is objectively ahead right now in
Yeah, the
both
question
bars
is, was
and
that
arms.
worth 60 food
No.
to Valeris?
Well, it wasn't just
I mean,
the
it was
60
worth
food.
60 food to the casters because that was hilarious, but
Fair
it was
enough.
not worth 60 food to Valeris.
Yeah,
But would you
Valeris's
say it was
farms are-
Valerian?
His
I
farms are
would
real
say
far
this was
behind.
hilarious. Yes.
And-
All right, we do have skunkies on the way.
Yep.
You know, I think after this, after the tournament ends, we need to see some Shadow versus Strawberry.
Oh, we will.
I don't think we want that. I
I
don't think the
No.
universe is ready.
Look, I'm going to be playing on a fight stick, and I haven't played Tooth and Tail for a while. You are not as far. We have a badger.
Oh, the Badger's coming.
Up.
Okay.
We have a badger.
Oh.
This is a good spot for Valeris to try to take that Badger. But yeah, that early game,
Yeah.
so Valeris wanted to get in there and get that turret, but Amari just built a few too many moles, right? Valeris didn't continue building moles, and he had a little bit of indecision there if he wanted to commit or not. Backed out, and he built his farms, and it put Amari in a decent league. Mainly, you know, yeah, she got the 60 food, but the big story there was Valeris's mining was delayed, right? So Valeris going to try to get back into this game with the
Badger was scouted.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Badger was scouted by Mia.
I mean, she probably should have known it was
You
a
gotta
Badger
have to supply for this.
even when she saw the
Wow,
turrets.
Mia is going up so many farms, even knowing that the tier 3 is
Do you like lizards?
Apparently Mia does. 18 lizards on the way.
I mean, lizards beat badger, lizards beat fox. I don't hate this.
Yeah. Well, if Amari's plan is
We got the pigeons.
a counterattack, though, it might not work if Valeris keeps the turrets but sells them off. So, yeah, I'm worried Amari's going to, like, see Valeris's army and just run around. But Valeris has toads, man. Like, has he seen the lizards? He could just throw a couple toads in there.
Very
Have you
late
seen how
expand
good
by
the toads are
Valeris.
now?
I mean, Valeris
Yeah.
is going to move out once the Badger's done, right?
Valeris has
Likely.
to. Like, he's 5 farms behind for a while, so
He's seen the lizards.
Yeah.
I'd love to see some toads.
30 lizards.
Oh, my God. Yeah, Mia's just
Oh,
going to
Mia
run
wants
around
to make
this.
sure that base dies.
I don't
2
know.
turrets going up. That's a choice I agree with. It's
I mean,
I don't know that's going to be enough turrets.
Can Mia actually
it
win a
wouldn't be
direct
if-
engagement?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
But okay, we're seeing.
Yeah, we're about to find out
Oh,
now.
Oh gosh, the Badger's doing work. Oh no, the Badger
it lost its spin up.
So many lizards
Uh,
just ran over Valeris.
because the Badger can't spin up
get
on.
behind the turret. Just let that base die. Get behind the turret.
Yeah, because the Badger can't spin up on enemies' commanders anymore. You just saw that the Badger lost.
That's a
its spin up
gigantic
because it
change.
couldn't
Oh,
hit Mia.
in 5 minutes, all the farms popped.
Mia's just in great
Another
shape.
Badger's coming up. Valeris is not giving up.
Mia's so far ahead on her economy, man. Like, her second base is almost fully saturated. Valeris is just down to 4 farms. He's only got one more chance with his Badger, but as we can see, man, lizards do a pretty damn good job against the Badgers.
Build the totes.
Yeah, toads
Build
coming
the
in.
totes.
We have 2 warrens of toads,
That
which
could make
I
a
do
huge
think
difference.
is. Yeah, the toads are probably going to be what makes or breaks this, because if the toads are able to get enough splash on the lizards to cripple the army, I think Valeris can pull this back. But it's going to be a very large ask because Valeris is basically 8 farms behind at this point. That's a full expand that Valeris doesn't have.
Yeah, this barbed wire from Amari. I mean, really great strategy being brought out here, man. Just kind of seal it up tight. 3 bases, tons and tons of lizards. And
Badger's up.
Here goes
This
the
is
push.
the push that decides the game.
really, it's going to come down to these toad connections, man. But the moles might actually tank those.
Yeah.
For Amari here.
The moles can take 2 toads before they die, which
All right, here they come. Here they
how
come.
few toads are left is going to be important. Oh gosh!
The lizards kind of got on top.
It's
The
a
lizards did take a
massacre!
good bit of damage. You need the spin. You need the spin to win.
Is the batter going to be
It's
enough?
winning, but it's not enough.
Quite.
That's going to be
13.
it.
And he just calls it.
And he was right too. He had nothing left.
Fantastic play out of Amari today, man. She's been killing.
Yeah.
Wow.
All
I
right.
think of like the 60 food from that early grist mill. I'm not sure if that was the deciding factor, but it was definitely relevant.
Well, no, because it's not necessarily the financial implications, the food implications of what that did, but that's what decided the basically was like, okay, this game is now going to be a meme. Normal strats no longer work. Both players go into the meme mindset. One player is like, okay, I'm going to make 36 lizards. The other player is like, okay, let's all in on this badger.
I don't think it was though, because the lizards only came after they saw the tier 3 rush.
Yep.
Which the tier 3 rush told them, okay, the tier 1 I'm seeing, which is a couple squirrels, a couple pigeons, is all I'm going to see. And then the lizards, as we saw, countered the badger quite handily. The fox, lizard is really the only unit that can keep up with fox and take it down. So I don't think the lizards were a meme play as much as it was, well, I'm going to just wreck you, and then before you can rebuild what little army you have, I can base race you and win.
Amari's been practicing this style a lot lately. I've ran into her on the ladder a few times utilizing this, and yeah, it was just like you said, man, lizards do really good against the badger or against tier 3 in general. And you know, that early game put Valeris a little bit behind, but it wasn't the end of the world. But it really, the big story there was Amari getting that second base out so fast. I mean, her economy was just through the roof, and Valeris was barely hanging on. So, GG. Now we're waiting on
at first
Chip
I
to
was
come in.
scared. Yep. At first I was scared about that early base with dropping 5 farms on it immediately, but it ended up being the right choice.
Yeah. Yeah, she got super far ahead in economy. Okay, now we need Valeris to get out of the lobby and Chip to join up.
Can Chip put all of Murica on his back?
Yeah, he's got to win 3 games in a row here against some tough players from Europe.
Yeah.
But Amari's
That
been
is a
on fire.
lot to ask from a 5-year-old.
But if there's any 5-year-old you can trust to carry the game this far, it's Chip.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. So just waiting on Chip to join up, guys. I've been having a blast today. We've been seeing some really cool games. There he is, the American Defender. Yeah.
American.
Oh man.
Well,
I need to play the
memes
Guile
are in
theme
full
song.
force, guys.
How American
really
are you?
wish I had
Outcast
this
with a
stream
half
up
pound
right-
of bacon and a gun. America.
I really wish I had the stream up right now because I really wish I could just see chat how they're reacting to all these memes.
Oh, it's 2 minutes.
USA.
Dude, this is gonna be awesome. All right, American Defender, aka Chip from Space, first attacked by King DDD. Amari representing Europe, so Chip's got to win 3 games in a row and best of 1 against Europe's last lineup for North America to have a shot. And Amari's just got to win this game, man. So she can try something sneaky. Maybe she goes for a 5-farm double or a proxy or a mole rush. You know, she can take a risk here.
Yeah. And the risk seems to be Artie.
Yes, that
Hey,
contain
Blue
build
Cat.
again.
Blue Cat with the chips, with the bits, man. I appreciate it. I just said chips. All right, guys, take it away, Shadow.
All right. In the 8 o'clock, in the yellow trunks, we have Mia Amari, the attacker. In the 1 o'clock position, in the green trunks, we have Chip, the defender. I'm sorry, those names work too well.
Chip the defender.
Yep. So, having a look at the map here, Chip's got 2 easy access expansions for himself, one of which kind of points a little bit towards attacked by King DDD's base. For Mia Amari, not the greatest map. You got just the
Mia doesn't
main and
have a
everything
map.
else is... Yeah, Mia, congrats. You are now playing on 1 base. If you want another base, you must go forward towards the enemy.
Right.
Have you
However,
heard the word of our Lord and Savior, 1 base all in?
Yep, pretty much.
I mean, she could try to expand over to that 5 o'clock, you know, grab that base
Yeah,
there. and that
there is
campfire.
an option to move to the right.
But it would be rough for sure. So we'll have to see where these guys want to take it, man. If they're gonna go, you know, both players have the skunks here, right? So we might see that 1 or 2 tier 1 into a skunk rush. I mean, Amari's got the lizard in the deck, which is just such a big game changer, I feel like. I mean, because you can pivot so hard just off that 1 unit, you know, like halfway through the game, just sell all your stuff, build a bunch of lizard boys, and
Right,
try
we
to do
saw
it.
that last game.
Yeah, and it works fairly effectively. So
Yeah. And yeah, I'm interested to see because the contain build doesn't work on this map. It's a wide open map, and Mia can't outlast Chip, just the way the gristmills are positioned.
she could come
So
in and
this
try
is
to
actually
contain,
probably
but she'd have to take that
would be
gristmill right
very
next to the
difficult.
bridge. Yeah, and Chip is definitely going to put up a fight for that. She'd have to take that gristmill on Chip's little island over here. But hey, if that got done, man, that's basically game. So that would be rough.
Yeah, but the amount that Mia would lose even trying that would probably be crippling to the point that Mia would lose from there even.
Yeah. But standard opening so far, man. Both players just looking to get out a little bit of tier 1 and some skunks. And
Well, you say standard opening, except Mia tried to pivot and Chip sniffed it out, but is pulling back because he sees the wire is going to finish before he gets there.
yeah, now Mia's selling everything off. Yeah, going for the lizards.
Okay,
And
we'll
Chip
see if
scouted
this
it, right?
works this time now that they're on even economic footing.
Yeah, Chip scouted the tech switch. He doesn't know for sure it's lizards, but he could probably assume so.
Well, he saw at least some of it was lizards because he saw that some lizards were attacking him as he was scouting.
Oh yeah,
He
true.
did not see that it was all lizard. But pretty early expand by Chip,
I think it's a
which,
smart move.
as we said, Mia can't do.
Okay, he's seen the lizard quantity now.
Up, or Mia can try to expand all the way over to the 4 o'clock.
Yeah, that base isn't super far away, and she's got the mobility advantage here with the
Yeah,
lizards, right? So
If the positions were switched in terms of deck composition, Mia would never be able to hold that. But because Mia has lizards and Chip doesn't, this is a relatively safe pickup.
yeah,
And look at
there's
the
the
positioning
RT.
of this drumfire cannon.
Come on,
Chip, where's your scatting at, homie?
Chip is not scouting it because he's trying to drop a tier 2, Warren.
Oh, does he see it? Oh, it has been visualized.
he's got
Yeah,
a
Here
bit
comes
now.
Chip's army.
He's
Is this a
able to-
bait?
This is indeed a debate. Oh gosh.
That's so many lizards. Is she just gonna run over Chip here? He's got to retreat back and try to micro these skunks. Might be too
And
much.
do you see the range that Artie has? This
That
is
is
what Obs was
insane.
scared about before.
That thing is insane, man.
Just a cheese
That
lump.
said, Mia lost their army, and Chip is holding them off.
Yeah.
Like, Chip is definitely not winning this from here, but he's not losing either.
If that arty cannon wasn't there, then Chip might be okay, but that's applying a ton of pressure, man.
Yeah, the arty is, and I bet you Mia's gonna try to continue that contain.
Yeah, that is the contained strat, doing what it's intended to do. But
Yeah.
the thing is, Chip does have a pocket base. We're gonna see how he has to use that to make his way out of the situation.
Yeah, and Chip is at making Falcons, which are a hard counter to arty. But the problem is Mia's able to back up that arty.
Yeah, and a bunch of lizards is a pretty hard counter to falcons.
Yes.
Not quite as hard as foxes are, but quite close. And Mia looking to expand that territory even further forward.
Mia sells it immediately because there's no way he can hold that.
There's another jump fire going down. Chip sees it. It's a bait, though, but it's a bait he kind of has to take. You can't let that go down.
Yeah, it's not a bait because if it goes up, then great. It's not like they don't want it to come up.
Here's the falcon doing falcon things.
Okay, but the problem is that arty's going to come up at this rate. Like, that said,
the whole army
Mia
gets
just lost
deleted,
her army,
though.
and Mia's going to lose 180 food to this arty.
Or is she? Oh, okay, it goes down.
There goes the arty. Okay.
Chip,
And
somehow,
this
is
tank
breaking out of
gristmill
it.
doing so
Chip is-
much for Chip.
Yeah, like we said, Chip's micro is absurd, and that micro is able to pull things back, which should be pulled back.
And now
That's
the
it.
game. And
Mia
Chip
taps
fights
out
his
because
way.
the contain's broken.
Dude, what an action-packed
Wow.
match, man. Really impressive from Chip to be able to
Look
get out
at
there.
that army value graph.
Yeah, any other player would not have been able to hold that even slightly, but between Chip's absurd micro, that he was just able to weasel out a victory there.
I think the issue there was in a couple of those last engagements, Amari's lizards really started kind of clunking together in little corridors and alleyways, and that the skunk gas got a ton of damage done.
Yeah.
So Chip putting a point on the board for America. Classic Metal is going to be up next. Great
Yep,
job
the
from
American
Amari,
defender
man.
is able to defend against the contain.
And Amari,
And Chip leaves.
yeah, let's see what's up there. I'll message him.
Yeah, Classic Metal may be one of Chip's most terrifying opponents in this final round, just because Classic Metal has some cheese in the pocket, and that is one of the only ways to successfully take down Chip. You can't fight Chip fair. You got to fight Chip with the queso. You got to fight Chip with some crazy strats.
Well, the problem is we saw somebody try to cheese Chip, and Chip was able to hold on with absurdly little army. So it's going to be pretty difficult for, like, Classic Metal is good, but Chip's also good.
now he's the American offender.
I love it. This is
Well.
it makes sense, right? He defended the
He's
3-0.
going on offense.
Yeah, now he's gonna make it a 3-2, man.
Yeah.
I love it. So we're waiting on Classic Metal to come in. I think Amari played phenomenally today, man. She really killed it.
That was amazing games from.
Yes.
I mean,
Like, that game was nothing against Imari. Like, they played amazingly. It's just Chip was able to barely eke out just a little bit more value, and that's what was enough.
Yeah, it was just really
Chip just did Chip things.
the re-rally of lizards. I mean, slowly over time with some good micro, the skunks staying alive, getting the gas clouds down they needed, was able to come back and grab it. But let's see, man. Classic Metal is no joke, and after Classic Metal, Chip would have to beat Arbuz. Yeah.
But now here's the thing. Looking at the replay here in this Twitch, I think the most important thing you saw out of that game was just how important it is to take gristmills in the middle of fights and make them tank. Use them as walls.
Right.
Because it was drawing the fire of that artillery turret. And that was keeping the fire off of Chip's units. That, combined with the timely Falcons, was how he fought out of that corner.
Looks like Classic Metal's typing. Okay, Classic Metal's on the way.
Yep, there we go.
And
all the USA's in chat.
yeah, man, USA holding it up. So if you guys are just joining us, we're in round 3. So Europe won the first round, America won the second round, and now we're on the final round where Amari just stomped through the first 2 North American players, had a great match against Chip, but Chip managed to take the win. Now Chip's going to be fighting Classic Metal, and if he wins there, we're going to have a pretty old school matchup with Chip from Arbuz.
Password?
Is
Yeah, Classic Metal needs the password.
I got it. I typed it in.
Password.
There we go. Oh, wow. Josh is saying we have 40 viewers, so hello, everyone.
Yeah, I really appreciate everyone tuning in and having a good time with us, man. I'm having a blast. And Strawberry, I was going to say, man, Arbuz versus Chip. Like, that's an old school matchup.
Yeah, that is a matchup we've seen time and time again. Meta Knight. If there was a character I think Classic Metal would pick, it would be Meta Knight. One, because it seems metal, and two, because if you remember Meta Knight, that is the kind of cheese that he needs to pull out in order to take out Chip in this final round.
Yep. And Chip goes with his currently standard build for this patch.
Hey, Pocketwatch.
But here's the thing. Look, here comes the drum fire again. This might be really good right now. Perhaps this is the strat.
Well, in any case, in the 5 o'clock position, in the green trunks, we have Chip from outer space. And in the 1 o'clock position, in the blue trunks, we have Classic Metal.
All right, looking at the maps here, doesn't look like Classic Metal actually has a easy expansion in the slightest. Chip's got one in the pocket and one kind of off to the side that he has to walk all the way around to get to.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's going to be the tale of campfires here. Classic Metal has easy access to 3 campfires, but Chip has easy access to one of those same campfires. We do see squirrels already on the way for Chip now, and lizards coming out for Meta Knight Classic Metal.
Indeed.
Yeah, Chip has a better second base here for sure, right? That's going to make it rough for Classic Metal. And I think these were just 5 farm safe warrants. I don't think they're going to go to 2.
Classic Metal's trying to poke, but that squirrel's getting out much sooner than we'll be able to kill that Warren.
Get some decent damage on it, though.
Yeah. Plus, Chip has dropped a MG, so that's going to finish too.
Wow, that was actually pretty close.
Yeah. I don't fault him for staying in emotional context. Like, obviously, it was objectively wrong in the end, but...
Yeah, he doesn't lose a whole lot for it, and that build really would have punished you if you didn't. Now, Chip's one of the only players who's really kind of still doing that 5-farm Warren opening, right? So if he would have went straight to 7 or 8 farms, that really would have punished him.
Yeah, but Chip has an extra Warren up, whereas Meta Knight chose to get their 8th farm. So Chip is trying to push with this. We'll see how well it works.
Chip's pretty cognitive of when he's got an advantage, and yeah, that Warren's not getting defended by the pig line or anything, so trying to come in here and bust it down before the turret's up.
2 free lizards.
He's gonna get it.
3 lizards, and the Warren's still gonna go down.
Pulls out. Oh,
he's gonna go around try to get this other Warren. This might be actually really, really bad for Classic Metal.
Yeah, he's taking that free MG money from him, and is gonna.
Oh, good. Oh, he
this is Kevin taps out. That was
the offense out of Chip so quick. USA, USA, USA.
All right.
So the entire tournament comes down to this last game
between Chip and
Arbuz.
Arbuz.
The grand final Arbuz. So many times, Chip and Arbuz.
Wow.
And I do want to say hi.
Match of all grudge matches.
Dude, this
There's
is such
no grudge here. These guys used to co-commentate with me all the time. This is gonna be nothing short of glorious. These guys know each other so well that there's no way we're gonna see anything normal. There's no way we're gonna see anything other than fantastic memery.
This is going to be a great match. I mean, Chip from Arbuz is a classic tooth and tail matchup. We do have Pocketwatch in the chat, the developer of the game. So what's up, Andy? Appreciate you stopping by, man. He was saying something about tournament organizers, man. Touch base with him a little better. He'll try to maybe put it on Steam as an event or make some announcements about upcoming tournaments. But even without it, man. Oh, man.
Woo! I can see the shade from here.
Woo! God.
Arbuz is probably taking a minute trying to think of some clever name, right, to out-meme Chip here. But
I'm not sure you can out-meme Chip at this point.
So he went from America's Defender to European Offender. What was his last one?
American Offender.
American
and then
Offender.
Europe's demise.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Wow. Well, that's why he didn't meme with the names last round, because he was saving it all for this one.
Yeah, he's. Oh man, the Bants. This is Bant-tastic.
Wow.
All right, so I messaged Arbuzz just to make sure he knows. You know, the stream's on a little bit of a delay, so I don't want to try to spoil the results for anyone anywhere. But I couldn't ask for a better tournament, man. I mean, it's going to come down to round
going
3.
down to the wire.
Last game possible.
Yeah.
Like,
All of
awesome.
the games are coming down to this.
I just can't wait to see what chat does whenever they see the USA 2 minutes in the past.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
here it is.
Oh, here come the pod champs.
Yeah. This is fun, man. So, all right, just waiting a little bit for Arbuzz to come in. He just messaged me. He's on the way, so we should be getting underway shortly here. Super exciting stuff, man. Interested to see the conclusion of this tournament, man. Chip versus Arbuzz, that's a tough one to call.
Yeah. I'll fully admit that I haven't seen enough of Arbuzz's play to be able to say for sure, but I know for a fact just they've been here long enough.
And Boss Kirby.
Yep. This is definitely the end, boss.
All right, man. Let's see it. Europe's Demise, aka Chip from Space, gonna try to win the tournament for North America. In Boss Kirby, aka Arbuzz, defending it for Europe.
Like we even have the classic rivalry of Quartermaster versus Hopper. Like
Yeah. Now here's the thing, and I don't want to. You know what? I'm not gonna say it, so I don't jinx it.
Don't
It's
jinx
not
it.
gonna be said.
Don't say it.
There's a fact about something that happens when these two meet in grand
No.
finals.
Don't talk about Chip.
I'm not
Chip
gonna
from
say it
second
aloud.
place. Not here.
well, we'll see, because this is gonna be a game. All right.
Best
For
of
the
one.
last time. In the 5 o'clock position, in the green trunks, we have Chip from Outer Space. In the 12 o'clock, in the red trunks, we have Arbuzz.
Now, I gotta say, we've had some very American RNG over. Arbuzz has a decent distance to walk to get to any sort of expansion base. Meanwhile, Chip's got one kind of right in his backyard. It's a little annoying to get up to, but check your mini-map, should be fine.
Yeah.
We've got another
That
interesting
said-
double high ground over here.
That said, Arbuzz has lizards. This is a
Yep.
pretty short rush distance, and there's road for half of it. And
There's
it's a
also
very
multiple
open
attack
map.
routes.
Arbuzz also has turrets and drum fires too, so yeah, a lot of those gristmills are on Chip's side of the map. I mean, this map is totally favored towards Chip, man. RNG gods have blessed North America here, but you know, Arbuzz does have drum fire and turrets, right? So maybe he snags one of these proxy bases, sets up a contain. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a good map if it goes long,
Yeah,
but in the early game, this is Arbuzz's map because he has lizards and it's an extremely open map. This is a lizard player's dream map.
right. But if Chip kind of identifies, okay, I just have to live past the one base phase of this game, maybe hunker down with some turrets, you know, it's
Yeah.
gonna be his game to lose at that point. But let's see what Arbuzz decides to do, man. I mean, bad RNG is sometimes what happens, and a good player knows how to still win a game regardless, you know.
Right, yeah. And we have the other classic matchup of squirrels versus lizards.
Chip doesn't have toads either, so.
No. Yeah,
But Chip's gonna go up to a tier 2, it looks like, or maybe even a fast second base. Yeah, here comes a contain from
speaking of fast
Arbuzz.
second base, looks like we've got our end boss is already trying to start hammering with the Artie.
And Chip hasn't scouted that.
Yeah,
Not yet.
that's actually a
He's
really
gonna
big
need
deal. Like, he needs to know about that
The-
base
the-
now.
Between these two, even like a 5-second delay on scouting something could mean everything.
He
But he
sees.
is gonna. Does he see? He's got to go up to the top.
Well, he knows that his territory.
They're swag dancing on each other.
Oh,
Oh, here comes a sizable army from Arbuzz here.
sizable army, but the skunk is just about to come out.
Yeah,
Skunk's here.
Arbuzz has enough time to get down a turret, though, which is pretty important.
Right.
And I don't know if
Speaking
he
of
can break
turrets,
into that.
Chip responds with his own.
And
Getting bloody a little bit.
All
Two
right.
turrets.
So we're making the Berlin
Arms
Wall.
race here.
Yeah.
We are quite clearly making a Berlin Wall here.
What's that?
You
arty
can't see
cannon?
up the high ground yet.
Yeah, you can throw a deck all the way back
He
there with
has
the
eight
range.
Here comes the Falcons.
But that's
And the drum
there's
fire's
the
on its
arty.
way.
Okay. Oh,
Is Chip
shit.
going around? He can't leave home. The lizards are here. But he does pull them down a little bit.
And he gets a free turret that was building. And
But that drum fire is making progress.
yeah, he can't get in enough to be able to take down that drum fire. I'm not sure the drum fire is in range of anything.
Okay, the drum
Yeah, the
fire's up
drum
now.
fire is not in range of anything.
Oh,
No,
yes,
no, it is.
Jeez, look
it's-
at that range.
It's in range of some stuff.
Holy
Oh, that
moly.
was a bad hit for Chip.
Yeah, lost that tier 2, Warren. Arbuz is in a great spot this game, man, and gets a great engagement there with his lizards and
that's
toads.
skunk gas, though.
Yeah, but that said, yeah, the toads only killed tier 1. He still has his two. The Chip still has the 2 skunks, which is the expensive part that he needs to hold on to.
This defensive creep, man, is pretty brutal here for Arbuz. And Chip doesn't have the ferrets in his deck, so not any real easy answer. I mean, I wonder
Right,
if he
here
tries to
comes
go for a
another
base
even
race.
closer turret going, or drum fire.
Yeah. This is going to be very difficult for Chip to break because those drum fires are absurdly long range. And you can see he can't even attack because the drum fire from the back is covering the drum fire in the front. As well as the 2 turrets and Arbuz's army. That said, Chip
Wait, what?
Oh no, in-boss Kirby left the lobby.
What?
Do we have a
did
desync
we
or
have a
something?
did we have a disconnect?
No, man,
Oh
Chip
my
wins
God.
the tournament. That's it. North America wins.
Arbuz,
USA, USA.
I don't know what happened there.
Happened?
Arbuz said Arbuz crashed.
No.
Oh, the blue. No.
We're going to have to re-roll it, I guess. I mean, Arbuz was in a good
Um,
spot, but...
Yeah, that's definitely not a win for either side. Yeah, tournament organizer Josh is calling a redo. So
Wow. How?
I mean,
It's a curse. That are some really good hackers.
I'm waiting for the 2-minute
Wow.
delay where Europe just goes furious.
Oh.
Arbuz was in such a good spot that game, man.
Yeah, that was almost wrapped up, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll never ever count Chip out, but Arbuz was in a 90 to 10 spot there.
yeah, Arbuz was well ahead in that match.
I think Chip might have needed to try to do a runaround and maybe just, base race.
Well, yeah, but the problem is you can't base race 15 lizards.
That's true.
Right. And I mean, ignoring the lizards, the second arty was in range. So it would have been base racing and arty shooting your 1 base, and then lizards killing your expand, while you had your tiny army trying to kill a expand and a main base.
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, that expand would make it basically impossible with all the defense around it. So, yeah, I could see why Chip
Yeah.
wouldn't want to go for that. But looks like we're waiting on Arbuz. I guess he had a crash, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about it in chat right now. So let's just see what that decision ends up being.
I'm just keeping an eye on the stream. This is about to be just, whew.
Oh, please do tell me what the chat looks like.
I'll read it out loud.
Yes, please. I want to
What?
see the memes.
What? Is that forehead or lol? A saved USA. Lol, the global lol. American lag switch. GG no re. USA Kappa. USA. RNG Jesus was with us today. USA.
Yeah.
Can't win versus RNG. Even Pocketwatch is like, what?
Yeah, I was waiting.
No.
I was waiting on the chat
Rigged.
to catch up, and here we
Never
go,
change,
man.
chat. Never change.
So have we heard from Chip or Arbuz? I guess Chip's probably changing his name to something
Chip's
else.
changing his name. What are we doing?
Pocketwatch saying sorry, folks, my bad. In the finals,
Andy!
drops in the finals. In the last match, no problem.
Andy, you had one job. Keep the servers running.
The Ruskies are on our side. Guy that kills Kirby.
Oh, man. Okay, all right, we got some new names in here. But Chip's name doesn't match anymore now that Arbuz changed his name. But
DDoS by
This is beautiful.
okay, all right, for real. This
Спасибо за
time.
DDoS, русские. Спасибо. Огромное спасибо. The system is rigged. America is nothing but dirty cheaters. They keep DCing the enemy while piracy.
Well, that's a bit weird. Arbuz, when he came in, his deck was already chosen. Interesting.
Because he's a hacker.
Anyway, in the 5 o'clock
final
position,
game.
for real this time, we have Chip. In the 11 o'clock position, for real this time, we have Arbuz.
This map looks
this
better.
map almost
I'm
looks
complaining
fair.
about this map.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, 2 bases and a campfire for Chip.
This
2
base-
bases for
This map is almost mirrored.
yeah, this is very close. The only thing is Arbuz does not have any campfires on his side.
Yeah.
Right,
can
and
easily
Chip
access.
has the one in the pocket, and then there's one that's really dangerous and one in the corner that anyone can take.
The real lesson to learn here is that no one, according to Skyraider 98, can we call it a draw? Asked Kerple 100.
I gotta
Yeah,
see
that would be
clip,
the
man.
ultimate troll. Nobody wins after this tournament.
Yeah, we just end it. We're like, okay, guys, that was fun. We'll call it a tie. No big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, both players get a second and a third expansion, no problem, right? And a fourth
Yeah,
base
it's
that's
not
a
a bad
little bit
base.
out there. So.
Yeah, and at that point, somebody's going to win the game, even if it's just a slow grind out.
Right.
But Arbuz is taking that campfire in the 8 o'clock. We'll see if it is hard for Chip to get to, because if you look at where the ramp is, it's all on Arbuz's side. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, if he even has time to really go over there and double check that campfire, you know.
Yeah.
And you know what? That might give Arbuz enough territory he needs to throw down a turret or two and start that contain again. I mean, he's got the RD and turret, right? So that must be part of his strategy, going for 2 defensive shots.
Yeah, I think this campfire is more for the contain than it is for the food.
Maybe a mix of both, and, you know, actually, Arbuz a little behind on getting up to 8 farms. He gets up there now. You know, obviously getting the campfire so early will help that, but... Yeah, I don't want to see Chip go for skunks, and as I say that, he goes for the skunk man and the lizards.
Yeah, he keeps going. Like, skunk seems to be almost automatic at this point.
Yeah,
Even
he's
though-
refused to change his build. I mean, he's a better skunk player than anybody else in the entire game. I get that.
Right. But I
But-
think that if he knows that the enemy constantly is trying for contain, prepare for contain.
Yeah, he needs a lot of tier 1.
Or at least pull toads. Like the toads now are so good.
Well,
Yeah.
I think they probably kept the same decks.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
last
it's probably
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
they kept the same decks as a, I'm sure, just gentleman's agreement kind of thing.
Hey,
Because that's what we saw with the one issue with Blitz Rider. They agreed officially to keep the same decks, so I'm sure they did the same here.
Thanks for the follow, Bangarama. Really appreciate it, man. But Arbuz got that second base out, and he took his more aggressive one, but no turrets on the way yet. And if Chip's kind of got that
Yeah.
army out now, though, right? Like, he might be able to come in and fight and deny those first couple turrets from going down.
Yeah,
We'll have
at
to
this
see.
point, I think if Arbuz tried to save up 180 for the
And here's
But
the
Artie-
tactical base take, like I said previously.
yeah,
And he sells it off, gets back his 60.
toads do some serious hits, but again, they only hit skunks or squirrels.
That's the
Words.
one.
They
Words
kill
and
the
animals.
words and don't let me talk. But yeah, the chipped skunks stay up, which is the important part of this army.
Right.
And here comes his falcons as well.
Yeah, so I can't see Arbuz really getting a contain up reliably anymore.
Well, we saw.
I think chance for that has come and passed.
We saw
MG
Chip.
Nest going down. MG Nest currently so strong that Pocketwatch in the chat is considering nerf.
I think you was
Yeah,
talking about
I
the
could
Artie
see that.
cannon. Unless I'm wrong.
Yeah, Artie.
Oh yeah. MG is gonna
I don't
get it.
know. Like,
Yeah.
if the Artie cannon doesn't have MGs to back it up, I'm not sure it's as strong. Like, we
Yeah.
saw that Chip would often grind out.
Here it comes.
Arbuzz's
Here's the
arm.
drum fire.
Yeah, so we'll see. This is going to be an
But
interesting
the
game.
lizard wraparound potentially.
And it's happening, but
Chip catches it though.
yeah. And Chip drops the turret of his own. We'll see if that's in range to do anything. It's not. But it gives
Here's
him
the
a-
massive engage. Here comes the toads. Do the toads get the... One
Oh,
skunk goes down, one
that's
stays
it.
alive.
It's not enough. The damage is
The drum
done.
fire's up. And how
One
long is
MG
he
is
up?
down, but the drum fire's up, so Chip is going to have a very difficult time getting his
Yeah.
army built up enough to be able to take it out.
Yeah. If it's any consolation, he does find that campfire.
Yes. But the campfire's gotten so much value off already just in food, I think. But second Warren of Falcons coming up. I still think Chip should have had the Falcons out earlier, but I do think that the skunks were also necessary,
Yeah.
so I don't hate it.
Yeah, he's doing the things he needs to do.
Yep,
He's
and
having
Chip is
trouble getting
dancing
farms
the-
down.
Chip is dancing the Artie, so it's not getting anything done, which is what he needs at this point.
And that contain getting set up.
Yeah, the big story here, though, is Arbus has had that second base mining for quite some time now, you know, and we saw Chip was able to break out of a
Yeah.
similar strategy against Amari, but Arbus is set up nice and tight here, man. Like, that one Artie cannon is really, really well defended. You know, Chip doesn't have
Yes.
siege units like ferrets, so
But-
it's going to be tough.
Yeah, Arbuz is also out of position and is losing units for free to skunks.
His commander died, it looked like, somewhere.
Yeah, there were a couple
Here
wizards
comes
that
the
died
Falcons
to the
again and the
skunks.
skunks.
This is going to be real
At
technical.
this point, it almost begs the question: who is containing who?
Right? Like, this is going to be a really technical breakout here from Chip, man. He's got to be real careful, kind of micro these Falcons up and back.
Falcon dies.
Yeah,
that is
that's-
not something Chip can afford right now.
expensive.
Yeah.
He's getting them back.
Oh my gosh, there are 5 MGs up. And Chip takes 1 MG down, and because of the pigeons, it's basically for free.
Yeah, once Chip gets more and more Falcons, he's going to hit a critical mass where when he kind of moves in, you know, he can take down a turret really, really quickly. And I think that's what he's trying to get
Yeah.
to, but he's also done a good job getting his own second base economy up. But again, man, Arbuz
Yeah.
is just way ahead on
Arbuz has
economy
more
still.
economy, though.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I'm having red plugs.
I had it for just a moment, but it went away, so it's not that bad. That said, though, even though Arbuz... Oh, we've got a boar inbound. Arbuz thinks he can leverage his economy, but Arbuz has so much food in his defensive structures, and he's been losing a lot of food to things that Chip hasn't been losing.
Yeah, well, here's the other thing about Chip's current situation. Oh, Badger going down. Chip has been unable to scout this entire time because of his micro. He has no idea
Right.
that tier 3 is down. He's just feeling it at the moment.
Which, good instincts, and the Badger is going down, and Badger is good against defensive structures when it has something to take the hits for it. Because it can spin up and the defensive structures can't run away, so it can just stay spun up.
That Warren placement makes me real scared, though. Like, for one, Arbuz just scouts it immediately, and for two, it wouldn't be hard for Arbuz to run in there with some lizards, you know, if Chip moves his army and just
Well,
snipe
if
that Warren.
Arbus runs in with his lizards, they're going to get...
Yeah, I'm just saying
Yeah,
if, like,
there-
Chip moves,
this is
you know?
Yeah, this is in the direct line that Chip has to go with his army anyway. So if the lizards tried to run in, they would run into his army. Let's see. Chip is losing quite a few squirrels to that Artie, but again, those are squirrels, not.
I'm just
But
really worried,
the-
like...
that does delay
he
his
lost
Badger.
a skunk somewhere. That's actually delayed the Badger quite significantly.
Yeah, but Arbuz is going to push in when his boar is done, right? And then I feel like Arbuz's
Uh-oh.
army is just going to kill that tier 3 Warren
Yeah,
before the
sizable
Badger gets done.
Air Force coming in as well.
Yeah, this is a.
And the thing
Yeah, I
is,
don't even know.
Chip's trying to do all this on 4 farms.
Yeah, Chip. The Badger just starts, but the boar is finished.
Yeah, and then the boar is going to push in and kill that Warren. You know, if Arbus moves out now, I don't know if he's waiting for the Falcons, but if I was Arbus, I'd move in and just kill that tier 3 Warren.
Here goes the skunk gas. Here goes the fight.
Yeah, there it goes, man. That's what I was worried
Warren's
about.
going down here. Oh gosh, this is the
that
engagement.
Warren's gone.
Warren's down.
And there's the boar bomb.
Boar bombs.
So Badger will be
Arbus loses
unsuccessful.
everything though. Arbus has a little bit of air force, but
what is this
nothing
from
else.
Chip? Chip's gonna take out the drum fire, or at least move to. He's posturing for it.
Well, Chip is taking out the stuff that can hit his Falcons, and then the drum fire's free.
Yeah, Arbus has
he's
enough to
trying to
defend
get it
this,
down.
though.
He's not quite there. Does it fall? No, it's not gonna fall.
It's not gonna fall, and this game,
He lost a lot.
and that's it. Chip doesn't have an army.
Yeah, I really, man, I'm telling you, I really think it was that tier 3 placement, you know, like, Chip could have had that same exact fight, but then had a Badger on the back of it, you know, going down during that engagement.
But I also understand that Chip couldn't put his Badger any further back, because then he would have lost units because he wasn't microing.
Yeah, perhaps, but that's going to be it, guys. Europe's going to win the tournament just barely. Congratulations to Arbuz. Blitzrider had a great showing. Amari had a great showing.
Yeah, that game was on a knife edge for the entire game. So I am fully willing to admit that that was basically equal play and just barely came ahead.
Yeah, and big shout out, man, to Pedro Nanu. I think I'm saying that right. This was his brainchild, this whole tournament, and him and Josh put a lot of work into organizing this thing. So give those guys a round of applause, man. They did a great job, and definitely Shadow and Strawberry for helping me cast this, man. It's been a blast.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. It's yeah, go ahead.
Yep. I was just gonna say I've had a great time casting so far.
Now we were planning on if everybody's kind of hanging out, since we have a lot of viewers and we got everyone together to keep derping around and having fun. But I actually have to get going soon. I haven't eaten at all today. It's 5 p.m.
Yeah, it's about food time.
Wow, it is. Yeah.
But if somebody else, I'm on a delay, so it's weird. I'm watching the stream. I'm gonna advertise after the game's over. But if somebody wants to turn their stream on, man, go for it. I'll give you a big old host, and everyone can keep hanging out, man. But
it won't be me, unfortunately. I've got to skedaddle.
But
Yeah.
what else is going on?
I think now then is just a.
Go ahead.
I think now is just a good time to let the tournament be, and then if anybody in chat wants to do their standard streams, definitely let them go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, big thanks to all of our American and European participants. This is an excellent showing, excellent tournament. Just in general fun, and it didn't take too long to get everybody together. I don't know if you guys are aware of how much goes into being a tournament organizer. It's not an easy task. It's like being a shepherd for cats. It just doesn't work easily all the time. So shout outs to Josh, shout outs to Pedro for making this whole thing run as smooth as it did.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, and all the players, really did a good job showing up too. That could be one of the most difficult parts of TO is when you're trying to organize all these different guys, and I don't think we had a whole lot of downtime in between matches. A lot of it too was mainly due to the delay on the stream. So overall, I think it went really smooth.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out, my guy.
Oh yeah, sorry about that, but yeah, man, that's it. Like Europe wins, and real good games today. I had a blast, man.
Yeah,
but I think the real winner is all of because the real winner is all of us. Due to the fact that Pocketwatch saw what the hell just happened, and they're probably thinking about the next patch already.
Yeah, they saw what happened, and there's a nerf to Artie incoming.
I don't even think it's the Artie. I think it's going to be the MGs that are taking the mainly because Pocketwatch said so in the chat.
Yeah. I can see that because like if Chip was able to push through those MGs even slightly easier, the Artie would have gone down much earlier, and he would have had a much easier time breaking that contain.
Yeah, I think so too. The Artie cannon range was pretty crazy. I mean, it's hard to say already. I mean, the patch hasn't even had 24 hours to breathe yet. But the 10 range seemed pretty crazy. But man, what a fun game. I think Mari performed really well. I think Butterluster, man, kind of wins the underdog match there, right? Like he did phenomenal.
Shout out to
everybody that played did phenomenal.
Yeah,
there were no obvious. Somebody was extremely outmatched. Everybody played really well.
Yeah. I think so too. So a lot of fun, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. I think I'm gonna wrap it up. I was just kind of waiting to see if anybody else wants to turn on a Tooth and Tail stream and get all these lovely viewers with the host. But
Yeah.
keep your eyes. There we
Yeah.
go. I see Doggo went live. Boom. So we're gonna give Doggo a host, man. We did want to hang out while everyone was still together and just kind of have fun, you know, play some games. But I do gotta get going, unfortunately. I think you guys do too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need something.
Okay. Well, you guys can
Yeah,
hop out
alright.
if you want. I might keep it up and see if another stream starts. So I appreciate you guys helping me out, man. It was a lot of fun today.
Thank
yeah,
you.
thanks so much, man. We'll catch you around next time.
All right.
Yep.
Take care, guys.
See you all at the next tournament.
See you later. All right. So, man, that was a ton of fun. Big shout out to everybody who participated today. Great showing. Good job, Europe. Winning for now. We'll get you next time, man. It was real close. It really came down to it. So. So let me see if anybody wants to hop on some streamage. I'm not so sure. I might just end the stream. But if keep your eye on the Tooth and Tail channel on Twitch, man. Somebody might hop up here shortly. So I'm gonna get going, guys. It was a lot of fun. I appreciate everybody stopping by, man. Don't forget about the other stuff going on in the Tooth and Tail community. Best Acura NA's Tooth and Tail League is underway in the Class S matches. And then, of course, every Tuesday, Thursday night, I do my replay casting show on this channel. You know, you can submit replays to me at ToothAndTailTV@gmail.com, and we'll cast it. Most of the time, it's just me. Every now and then, I get somebody else on, too, so. It was a lot of fun, man. I guess I'm going to get going. So thanks again for tuning in, being a part of it. It was a lot of fun. I'll see you guys on Tuesday, so take care, everybody. And we will see y'all next time.